the way that you need them to start to look. You started to see signs of that against the Canadians. No disrespect to Montreal. They played the night before. They're not expected to be a playoff team. Doesn't mean they can't be. Doesn't mean they're not going to be a hard team to play against on a nightly basis. But the Bruins got into some good habits against the Canadians. They also did some things that you still want them to clean up. So you're only 2 games into the season. It is a very short sample size. We know that. You got a long way to go, but you want to start to see signs in the right direction. We certainly saw it from in a number of areas, I thought, against Montreal. Now you want to try to kind of keep that ball rolling here against an LA team that comes off 1 win in their only game against the Buffalo Sabres. And how do you take, how much do you take into that? They didn't think they played that well. And, Buffalo starts the season 0-3, so where are they going to be? There's a lot of, stuff here early in the year you're just not sure of. You're not sure what direction teams are going to go. I think the Bruins have a good idea of how they want to play in order to be successful. And like I said, we saw signs of that in their second game of the season, but still a number of areas that they want to clean up.
We'll see a couple of lineup changes for Jim Montgomery today. Mason Lohrei, who played in Game 1 but sat out Game 2, back in the lineup replacing Parker Wotherspoon today. And we'll also see the season debut of Matt Patra. And Montgomery talked about where Patra's at, what he wants to see out of the young forward today.
Well, improvement, growth. I mean, it's been such a long time, right? But I like where he was in training camp when he was playing the games. Just his puck possession game, his puck support offensively and defensively. Where he probably has to grow is just defensively checking faster. That naturally has to become instantaneous, like his transition offense is.
Yeah, and I think for him as well, he's a guy that likes to have the puck on his stick. If he's going to be in the center position, we'll probably see a variety of different looks there too. He might play right wing, or he might be on the wing at some point, if it's a face-off on one side or the other, depending if he is going to stay with Trent Frederick. But there were a couple times that we've seen him in preseason, right? And everyone's talking about the big hit he took from Ristolainen, and he kind of put himself in a spot there. And Ristolainen, his eyes light up when he sees somebody that's, put himself in a vulnerable spot. I mean, we saw it against the Washington Capitals. He pulled up in the corner. We're going back to preseason. He pulled up in the corner, Patra did. Tom Wilson could have just laid him out. He's on that back pressure thing. He drove deep in the corner, and then he pulled up on the defenseman, and Wilson could have run him over there, didn't he? Then Wilson chased him around a little bit in the neutral zone. So there's areas where he's got to make sure, because of his size, he can't, when you go against a bigger guy, you can't put yourself in some of those situations. I think he's a very smart player. He's got good hands. He's got a high skill level. He's got a high hockey IQ. But now getting used to the NHL game on a nightly basis or daily basis and playing against some bigger, stronger guys, you hope that he got a good experience from that last year, and he continues it on here this season.
We saw on
coming off the shoulder surgery.
Yeah, we saw on Thursday night some big games out of some of the role players. Cole Koepke with a goal and 2 assists in that game, and Mark Kastelik had a pair of goals. Likes the line that he's playing alongside early in the season.
I think it's a huge focus. I think we play with a lot of speed, and we all got pretty good size. So if we can get it to the net, it'll cause some chaos. A lot of times, good things will happen.
Yeah, they wanted some identity on that fourth line. There's no question. They went out and they made some changes in the offseason. These additions, I mean, Beecher's going to be part of that as well. But, what we saw from the fourth line the other day, you see Beecher go hard to the net. You see Koepke go hard to the net. I like what we saw from Koepke making plays along the wall and finding guys in the middle. And if Kastelik or Beecher can be that good support valve coming, wherever they are, whether it's inside their own zone or whether it's in the neutral zone. The goal that Koepke got was neutral zone. Nice play to Beecher. Beecher drives the net. Koepke beats his man up the ice. It was Matheson. Beats his man up the ice and is able to chip it home before Primo can cover it. But we also saw him make some other plays, just along the wall inside his own zone. Smart, heady plays to make sure it gets in the right areas and you're not giving pucks up and giving scoring chances against them. So the identity everyone's talking about, okay, big and strong and getting in a forecheck. Well, that's part of it. But you got to be able to play as well. And the feet are moving, but the head's got to move with it, and the hands got to match it. And at least for that game right there, they did. And we've seen. That's why he's on this team. That's why Koepke's made this team. That's why Kastelik was brought in. And if Beecher can complement them, that's a nice identity line. And then they've got some options if they want to move people around. You don't have to stick with one exact line all the time.
Well, coming up here on our Bruins pregame show, we will go around the NHL, including Utah Hockey Club and Coach Andre Turigny off to a 2-0 start.
We play a kind of a brand of game I really like right now. It's tough too. We can attack in a lot of different ways.
Bob will preview the game with Bruins head coach Jim Montgomery.
They give you problems with their willingness to check, and so you got to be willing to be patient offensively and take what they give you.
And up next, we'll take a look at today's opponent, the Los Angeles Kings.
Byfield to Kopitar for the hat trick. He scores! Andrei Kopitar on opening night with the hat trick.
That's all on the way here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
How powerful is Cox Internet?
Powerful enough to stream all my live sports actually live?
Yep,
Powerful enough to share my screen more smoothly?
you got it.
Powerful enough to keep my games online and my squad on top?
Oh yeah.
That's pretty powerful.
Get gig speeds powered by fiber from Cox, the nation's fastest internet provider. Cox, always building better. Download speeds up to 1 gigabit per second. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions may apply. Fastest based on average download speeds from highspeedinternet.com speed tests in 2023.
Time is a luxury for us, especially if you're a mom. That's why we need a skincare routine that's easy, fast, and gives us results. Plus, what if your products had thousands of 5-star reviews, were natural and affordable? Well, say hello to Dime Beauty. Dime Beauty is clean, high-end skincare that is affordable, and it really works. Not sure where to start? I highly recommend the Work System. It's everything you need in one powerful package. Take out the guesswork with a proven routine that includes a gentle yet effective cleanser, a super skin toner, 2 incredible serums, and 2 luxurious moisturizers. See what everyone is raving about. From serum sets to the always sold-out retinol alternative TBT cream, you'll find your perfect skincare match. Dime has over 2 million happy customers, and their product reviews are literally 5 stars. Love your skin again. Go to dimebeautyco.com and unlock your discount. That's dimebeautyco.com. That's dimebeautyco.com.
What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada?
Yes, please.
Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/listen and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/listen.
At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means when the community thrives, we thrive. Let's make your goals a reality. Own your mission. Own your credit union. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
And it'll be cleared with 6 seconds to go. McLeod with 2 seconds. Kings are going to win this one 3-1, the final score.
LA Kings in town to take on the Bruins here today at TD Garden. Boston going to go with Jeremy Swayman between the pipes once again for his second straight start. For Los Angeles, they're coming off an opening night win over Buffalo. This will be the second of 7 straight on the road to start the season. That doesn't include a couple of preseason games they played up in Quebec City as well. Altogether an 18-day road trip, the longest on the calendar in LA Kings history. And head coach Jim Hiller says despite the win the other night, he wants to see some improvements out of his team today.
The chances we did have, we didn't shoot. We didn't have a lot of chances, but we didn't shoot when we had them. So first game, you'd like to be a lot better, but, you know, hopefully it's lessons learned or we put that one behind us because, yeah, that we just did a lot of things that were pretty uncharacteristic of our team.
Yeah, not the easiest way to start the season, right? A lot of games here in the East. They will go back home and play a couple games that are closer to home, but still not any home games because of some of the renovations being done in their building. Kind of like a couple years ago, right? Didn't Arizona go through the same thing when they were getting the Arizona State Arena, Mullet Arena ready for NHL games? So I think with them, they were a little uneven in their game the other day against the Buffalo Sabres. I mean, Andrei Kopitar had a hat trick, so he's always, I mean, he just doesn't seem to age very much. They've got some good offensive players, I think. You know, when you look at the Kempes and Fialas and that type of player up front for them, they're pretty good that way. They're missing a big key on the back end, and that's Drew Doughty. Unfortunate injury in preseason is going to keep him out here long term. So they've made some changes, try to kind of alter the way that they're going to play. You know, a guy like Byfield's a big one to watch because he had such a good season last year. It's kind of a breakout year for him, even though he's only been in the league a couple of years. But that was a huge step forward for him last year. I want to see him continue to advance his game. But I think they're a team that can lean on you. They're going to try to do some things offensively. You're not going to go into that 1-3-1 that they got. That's been the big thing in LA. What system are they going to play now? You know, and I think meetings, post-season meetings, with management and coaching staff and a lot of players voice like we'd rather play a different type of system, and now it's up to them to be able to implement it and see how they can do and take advantage of it.
Well, you mentioned the ageless Anze Kopitar, 37 years old, and an opening night hat trick, but he says there's plenty of guys on this team who can chip in offensively.
Listen, we have guys in this room that can do it just like I did it on any given night. You know, we have a ton of skills, a lot of playmakers, a lot of good goal scorers too. So anybody can do it, and that's why we pride ourselves. You know, we've always talked about depth, and tonight it was me, and some other night is going to be somebody else. So that's what we're striving for, and that's what we're going to build on.
You know, just going back to compare it to last year, they made a huge trade in the offseason. So after acquiring Pierre-Luc Dubois a couple years ago, they cut ties with him and made that trade to the Washington Capitals. They get Darcy Kemper in return. So Pierre-Luc Dubois did not work out here. They pretty much acknowledge it by making that trade as quickly as they did after they signed him to a big contract. And now you've got Darcy Kemper as your starting goaltender. Can he do the job? You know, he's a guy that was in Washington last year and kind of lost his starting job to Lindgren. So can he rekindle his career, so to speak, and get himself back on track the way that he needs to play? That's going to be such a big, important part, especially with Drew Doughty out of the lineup, to their success, their hopeful success as they move forward.
We've got plenty more to come here on your Bruins pregame as we get you ready for the Bees and the LA Kings here from TD Garden. We'll get a check of our Sports Hub headlines as we continue next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
How powerful is Cox Internet?
Powerful enough to stream all my live sports actually live?
Yep.
Powerful enough to share my screen more smoothly?
You got it.
Powerful enough to keep my games online and my squad on top?
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty powerful.
Get gig speeds powered by fiber from Cox, the nation's fastest internet provider. Cox, always building better. Download speeds up to 1 gigabit per second. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions may apply. Fastest based on average download speeds from highspeedinternet.com. Speed tests in 2023.
Oh, such a clutch off-season pickup, Dave.
I know, right? I was worried we'd bring back the same team.
Oh, no, I meant those blackout motorized shades. MVP of the room.
And a minimal salary cap hit. Blinds.com made it crazy affordable to replace our old blinds.
Hard to install?
No, it's easy. Even you could do it.
Nice.
I installed these and then got some for my mom, too.
What, you fly across the country to do the install?
Nope. Blinds.com can do it all. All she had to do was pick what she wanted. She talked to a design consultant for free and scheduled a professional measure and install.
Look at you, a Hall of Fame son.
Oh, I just picked the winning team. They're the #1 online retailer of custom window coverings in the world.
Oh, Blinds.com is the GOAT.
The GOAT!
Go to Blinds.com for 40% off site-wide and a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Go right now for 40% off site-wide at Blinds.com. Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
What's up, guys? It's the champ, Sean O'Malley, here to talk to you about Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to win real money while watching football. Create a lineup, pick more or less on at least 2 players. You can combine players from multiple sports: football, basketball, MMA, soccer, you name it. We got it. Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my lineups hit, I can get my money as quick as 15 minutes. Prize Picks invented the flex play, so you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit.
Right now, Prize Picks will give you $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Just download the Prize Picks app and use code GET100. That's code GET100 on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play a $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines.
Coming off their 6-4 win over the Montreal Canadiens, the Boston Bruins homestand continues this afternoon with their matinee matchup against the Los Angeles Kings. Puck drop a little after 1 o'clock with Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers. Final injury report of the week released for the Patriots ahead of tomorrow's home game against the Houston Texans and the debut of rookie quarterback Drake May. Patriots ruling out running back Ramondre Stevenson. Safety Kyle Duggar questionable, as is Joe Cardona, who's dealing with a calf injury. He was added yesterday. The Patriots also signing special teams ace Brendan Schooler, 3-year, $9 million extension. That includes $3.6 million guaranteed, and he can make up to $10.5 million with incentives. The Celtics' first preseason game stateside takes place tonight at 8 at TD Garden. They're going to be hosting the Philadelphia 76ers. Sean Grandy, Cedric Maxwell with the call on 98.5 The Sports Hub. The New England Revolution, they are in action against the Columbus Crew at 7:30. In Game 5 of the American League Divisional Series between Cleveland and Detroit moved up. It was supposed to be at 8:08 tonight. Now it's a first pitch at 1:08 this afternoon. This decision made to avoid the heavy rain in the forecast in the Cleveland area. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com for 15% off your drive-through oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Now open in Franklin, Billerica, and Peabody. Ryan and Bob will be back right after this here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealer.
Shopify helps you sell at every stage of your business. Like that, let's put it online and see what happens stage.
And the site is live.
That we opened a store and need a fast checkout stage.
Thanks. You're all set.
That count it up and ship it around the globe stage.
This one's going to Thailand.
And that, wait, did we just hit 1 million orders stage? Whatever your stage, businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 a month trial at shopify.com/listen.
At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means your business success is our business success. Own your skill, own your goals, own your credit union. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
After you use Bounce Dryer Sheets and realize how fresh, soft, less wrinkled, and less staticky your laundry can be, you'll put a sheet on your every time. Like those socks that smell like they've been through a marathon. Put a sheet on your... Or that blanket that's got wrinkles on its wrinkles. Put a sheet on your... Maybe even your chatty coworker who keeps distracting you. Okay, Bounce Dryer Sheets can't do it all. But for fresher, softer, better laundry, put a sheet on it with Bounce.
Have you made the switch to Knix? Millions of women have made the switch to the revolutionary period underwear from Knix. That's Knix. Period panties from Knix are like no other, making them the #1 leak-proof underwear brand in North America. They're comfy, stylish, and absorbent, perfect for period protection from your lightest to your heaviest days. They look, feel, and machine wash just like regular underwear, but feature incognito protection that has you covered. You can shop sizes from extra small to 4XL. Choose from all kinds of colors, prints, and different styles, from bikinis to boy shorts, thongs to high-rise. You've got to try Knix. See why millions are ditching disposable, wasteful period products and have switched to Knix. Go to knix.com and get 15% off with promo code SHOP15. That's knix.com, promo code SHOP15 for 15% off life-changing period underwear. That's knix.com.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Back at TD Garden, Bruins and the LA Kings coming up as we take a look around the NHL. There are 12 other games on the schedule around the league today, and that after Carolina and Tampa had their game postponed in the aftermath of Hurricane Milton. The Florida Panthers will visit the Buffalo Sabres tonight. Panthers will be without captain Sasha Barkov for at least a little while. Lower body injury. Anton Lundell hoping his captain won't be sidelined too long.
He went down, and obviously we don't want to see that, but can't say much right now. Hopefully he is okay and wasn't even nothing bigger.
I mean, I'm sure you saw it. I don't know if you saw it, but
yeah.
it was an empty net, and the Panthers were trailing. Barkov was chasing, trying to get to the puck first. Stützle was trying to get to the puck to dump it into the empty net, and awkward collision as they both slid into the boards, and Barkov got the worst of it. So you don't want to see anything. I mean, Barkov's a well-respected player around the league. That was just a kind of a freak accident there, but he had to get helped off the ice. Did not look good. And if it's an ankle or I know it was reported it might be an ankle, but see how long he's going to be out. They'll definitely miss him for the Florida Panthers. But Florida lost and all that. They lose to the Ottawa Senators in that game after a good game against the Bruins, obviously. So, trying to bounce back after that loss, and they're taking on a Buffalo team that's winless so far in the 3 games this year.
The word this morning on Barkov is nothing's broken, but they don't know or haven't said how long he'll be out. Penguins will visit the Maple Leafs tonight. Leafs 1-1 after a win in New Jersey on Thursday. Coach Craig Berube hoping to see more from his team's offense.
We're not attacking and shooting enough. Like, we're kind of passing it around, we're looking to pass it in the net rather than, just attacking and shooting, getting pucks there, recoveries and things like that.
Yeah, I think Toronto with their new coach and Craig Berube, there's a lot of chatter and talk up in Toronto that, that maybe he's trying to get them to play a better style that's going to have them be more successful when the games are on the line. And, we all know their playoff and their deficiencies in the playoffs and where they've come up short in the playoffs. They've got the high-end talent. I mean, you got the first 2 games of the year, no points for, I believe it's Matthews and Marner and Nylander. I don't think any of the 3 of them have any points here to start the season. But at the same time, are you doing the things to help your team win? They easily could have won the first game of the year against the Montreal Canadiens. They had 48 shots on goal, and they couldn't come up with anything. Great job by Montembeault in that game to beat the Toronto Maple Leafs. But they come back with a win last time. Pittsburgh's another team, right? What are they? That's their opponent here today. The Penguins got blown out against the Rangers after a good start to the game where they couldn't score against Shesterkin. Then the Rangers blew them out in that one, and then they come back with a good win against the Detroit Red Wings.
Speaking of those Canadiens, as you mentioned, they'll be at home tonight taking on the Ottawa Senators. The Predators will visit the Red Wings tonight, both teams looking for their first win. Utah will visit the New York Rangers tonight. Utah coach Andre Torigny's team is off to a 2-0 start.
We play a kind of a brand of game I really like right now. It's tough to, we can attack in a lot of different ways. Our power play can be a big threat. We can attack off the rush. We can shoot the puck and get some rebound or tip and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that they can be an exciting team. I thought that they had the personnel to be a little bit exciting last year. It gets lost a little bit because of where they're playing. Now because they were in Arizona in the small rink. Now they're in Utah. It's a new kind of era for them. I think Billy Armstrong, their general manager, has done a really good job of not only acquiring draft picks, but also plugging holes with some high-end players. He made some pretty impactful trades coming into this season to see if they can keep it up.
Among the other matchups tonight, Devils will visit the Capitals. The Islanders and Stars get together. The Wild hosting the Kraken. It's Columbus at Colorado. Philadelphia and Calgary, the Oilers and Blackhawks out in Edmonton, and the Ducks and Sharks round things out tonight a little after 10 o'clock. That's our look around the NHL. Coming up next, Bob will talk with Bruins head coach Jim Montgomery on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means when the community thrives, we thrive. Let's make your goals a reality. Own your mission. Own your credit union. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Jim was at the laundromat when he heard his ear said Maraca, senor, but his nose said, hey, freshest scent ever. Following his nose, Jim found a man pouring Gain scent beads into the washer. The scent, the freshness. Jim blurted, sir, your scent maracas smell amazing. You could call them scent maracas, but most noses call them Gain scent beads. Try Gain scent beads. Way fresher than detergent alone.
What's up, y'all? It's Drewski, here to talk about Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to win real money while watching football. The app is real simple to use. Pick 2 or more players and pick more or less on their projection. Prize Picks puts their members first. All withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my lineup hits, I can get my money in less than 15 minutes. Prize Picks invented the Flex Play. On Prize Picks, you can mix and match players on different sports, which means you can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. Prize Picks is the only daily fantasy app with injury insurance. If one of your players go down in the first half, Prize Pick does not count as a loss.
Right now, Prize Picks will give you $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Just download the Prize Picks app and use code GET100. That's code GET100 on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play a $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Felger and Naz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Our pregame interview with Jim Montgomery is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. We'll help you manage life's storms.
Monty, as you get set for this third game of the season here against the Kings, give me some likes and dislikes and maybe some things you concentrated on coming out of the Canadiens game.
Yeah, I think our likes was our speed and transition offensively, and just how fast we played, even defensively. The speed with which we reloaded in our gaps, I thought it allowed us to get a lot of ozone time. I didn't like the way we managed the game in the third and how we defended in our own end in the third, off face-offs and just regular D-zone. I didn't think we protected the house the most.
You referenced some icings and some face-offs. I mean, you guys had a big advantage in the first period in face-offs, but as the game went on, it seemed like they had a couple of times where they were able to beat you on those draws. That was an issue last year for you, whether it was the icings or the face-offs. How much are you concentrating on the unnecessary icings?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it actually after the second because it had happened already 2 or 3 times in the game. I think we did it 3 more times in the third just to put a little icing on the cake. It's just something early in the year when you have a group coming together for the first time. And again, I don't know what the numbers are, but it's probably at least 35% of our lineup is new to the Bruins. And just guys getting used to our language and how we try and make poised plays coming out of our D zone even when we're tired. So we don't force icings and we don't give the other team momentum.
On the defensive side of things, especially in the D zone, other than making the good first pass to get yourself moving north, coverage-wise, what have you seen so far?
I just seen we're just a little slow at doubling up. We're a little slow on our handoffs, and our wings, most importantly, have not been stopping. They've been anticipating turnovers and not thinking defense first. And if we just protect that house with the wingers, it slows everything down offensively for the other team.
From an individual standpoint, with Lohrei going back in the lineup here today, he came out after the Florida game. I know that there was a few guys that had rough nights in Florida, but what's the message to him as he gets back in the lineup today?
Start being a 200-foot defenseman that we've seen him develop into by the end of the year last year, and just to be firm and hard in all his one-on-one battles. And then for Matty Patra in there as well. I know you talked about him a little bit this morning, but his first regular season game this year, when is he at his best, and what does he need to improve in? When he's at his best, he's moving his feet and he's supporting pucks, which allows him to handle the puck. And then he's protecting in the offensive zone. I think a big part for him is he's going to be so excited to play that we just want him to just be excited to play and then do what he does best. 2 more for you. Power play, what have you liked there, or what do you need to see better? Power play was excellent last game. I thought they could have had at least 2 more. Love the puck movement, love the body movement, love the shot first attitude, especially by Charlie McAvoy up top. And then the Kings today. What areas can they give you problems in? Where do you have to be good? They give you problems with their willingness to check. And so you got to be willing to be patient offensively and take what they give you. Sometimes they give you plays in front of them. Sometimes you have to put it behind them. And just us being smart enough to recognize the difference of their defensemen's gaps and where they're tracking us. Appreciate it, Monty. Good luck here today. Thank you. That's head coach Jim Montgomery. Bruins Kings are next.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the 98.5 The Sports of Bruins Radio Network.
Boston. This is Boston's most listened to sports station. Boston's home for sports. 98.5 Sports Hub. A Beasley Media Group station.
On Thursday night, the Bruins saw their newest members make themselves right at home at TD Garden. Now Kastelik, top of the left circle, shoots and scores! Here's Zadorov. Send one in front, they score! Redirected in the slot by Lindholm. Carried across the line here by Beecher. Beecher driving to the side of the net, they score! Koepke on the rebound! Despite the win, head coach Jim Montgomery is still waiting for his team to solidify their defense.
We got to clean things up. I mean, we give up 2 face-off goals. Again, there's backdoor tap-ins that because our coverage isn't solid yet.
They'll look to do that today against the LA Kings. It's an early season matinee, and it's coming up next.
Boston Bruins hockey is driven by the stylish Honda Accord, available at your local New England Honda dealers.
Cross to Esposito, shot.
Nathan Horton wins Game 7 in overtime. David Pasternak wins the series for the Bruins. The rebound to Trent Frederick, and the Bruins are back in front by 2.
The Bruins are brought to you by VA New England, Granite City Electric GCE Nitrate, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Coors Banquet, your New England Ford dealers, Live Nation, Peerless Boilers, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
Backhand, it'll save Thomas.
And by Town Fair Tire, TD Bank, Ticketmaster, Charles D. Sheehy, your Boston area Nissan dealers, Dairy Queen, Bosch Tools, Hub International New England, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Back to Orr. Put in. His 100th backhand score of a penalty shot for Raymond Gort.
Here's Marchand to McAvoy. Backdoor. Pasternak scores. Bergeron. And the Bruins win the series.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
From TD Garden in Boston, it is a matinee between the Boston Bruins and the Los Angeles Kings here in the first week of the regular season. The Bruins coming off their 6-4 win against Montreal here on Thursday night, playing Game 2 of this 3-game homestand, which will continue on Monday against Florida. The LA Kings on Game 2 of a 7-game season-opening road trip, having beaten the Buffalo Sabres by a count of 3-1, thanks to a opening night hat trick by their captain, Anze Kopitar. And as these two teams get ready to match up this afternoon, we will have the opening face-off coming up from the Garden on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means when the community thrives, we thrive. Let's make your goals a reality. Own your mission. Own your credit union. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Shopify helps you sell at every stage of your business. Like that, let's put it online and see what happens stage.
And the site is live.
That we opened a store and need a fast checkout stage.
Thanks. You're all set.
That count it up and ship it around the globe stage.
This one's going to Thailand.
And that, wait, did we just hit 1 million orders stage? Whatever your stage, businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 a month trial at shopify.com/listen.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Rinse it out.
Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out.
Going down in the rinse change.
Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. One wash and smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Fights odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
While you can't turn back the clock, you can shape the future of your skin in just 7 days with Clarins' new Double Serum. With 22 plants and 5 molecules, this high-tech dual formula fights both natural signs of aging and environmental aggressors. Minimize pores and fine lines and get firmer, smoother, glowing skin with Clarins Double Serum. Go to clarins.com/sound and get Double Serum for 10% off a free 8-piece gift plus free shipping on your first order. That's clarins.com/sound with promo code SOUND.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Here at TD Garden, Boston Bruins and the Los Angeles Kings getting ready for our opening face-off. First of 2 meetings on the year between these teams. The Bruins will visit LA coming up in March. As we get ready for the face-off, let's go down to ice level and today's national anthem to be performed by Todd Angeli.
Please welcome Todd Angeli.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. sailors, that's the spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Todd Angeli with the national anthem as we get set for the LA Kings and the Bruins this afternoon. We take a look at our starting lineups. In goal for Los Angeles is Darcy Kemper. On defense, the pairing of Mikey Anderson and Jordan Spence. And up front, Alex Laferriere, Anze Kopitar, and Adrian Kempe. For the Bruins, Jeremy Swayman gets a call in goal. Hampus Lindholm, Brandon Carlo, your defenseman. And up front, Charlie Coyle, Morgan Geekie, and Brad Marchand. Starting lineups are brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code SportsHub. New customers get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
Our first 5 minutes presented by New England Ford Dealers, and today's New England Ford Dealers first 5 contestant of the game is Aaron White of Beverly, Mass. If the Bruins score in the first 5 minutes, Aaron will win a pair of tickets to a future Bruins game courtesy of your New England Ford Dealers. Enter the contest at 985thesportshub.com. Bruins in the home black and gold. Kings on the road in white helmets, white sweaters with black numbers and silver trim, and black pants. And Boston will go from left to right here in the first period on offense. Kopitar will control the puck for the Kings. Dumps it into the far right wing corner of the Bruins zone. Around the near side it comes, and Geekie will tap it out of the zone. Marchand giving chase. Disrupted a pass from Jordan Spence. His second effort does get out of the LA zone. Ferrier coming down the center of the Bruins end, and that one turned away in front of Jeremy Swayman. Makes his second straight start. Dumped in by Brant Clark. Comes all the way around the near boards to Geekie. He sends it back behind the net. Brandon Carlo will bring it out from there toward the far side circle. Hampus Lindholm with a pass intended for Pasternak was broken up. Instead, it's Quentin Byfield laying it up the right side. Diving effort. Got it through to the slot, but unable to get a stick on it was Fiala. Zaka got it just out to the blue line. Go ahead.
Playing center here with this this season. He's been playing some wing the last year or two and had a really good year last year, but center's his natural position, and after the trade of Pierre-Luc Dubois, he goes into the middle here this season.
Gavrikov from the near side boards took a shot that skipped onto Swayman. Vogel now out of the right wing corner. Backhanding it off the referee. It sits down near the hash marks far side. Played back toward Gavrikov at the blue line. Mishandled out of the zone. And he'll bring it back toward his own end. Now quickly sends to Trevor Moore. On into the Boston end he goes. Wraps it around the boards to the far side. Tanner Jeannot over there for Los Angeles. Swayman turns one away from the top of the crease. And a loose puck comes to Patra, who starts out his first action of this regular season after missing the first 2 games with injury. Patra stops now in the left corner, gives it up for Frederick, and his shot redirected wide of the net. Backhanded toward the boards. Frederick slamming himself against the wall to keep that puck in deep. Gavrikov now will get it out. Ruggiano, who was hit at center ice, both Peak and Zadorov crashing in his direction. Got 2:15 gone here in the first.
Jeannot's a big man. He came over in that trade from the Tampa Bay Lightning. Hoping he can rekindle what he did in Nashville. He didn't have a good seamless transition in there in Tampa.
Puck deep in the attack zone. Now back to Hampus Lindholm. His shot got blocked. Kepke will spin it in behind the LA net toward the near side circle. Beecher was there, got a piece of it. Now it's Kepke at the blue line, out near the blue line, battling to get that puck away from Jordan Spence. Got it back in behind the Kings net. Kastelik deals off for Hampus Lindholm, and right through the top of the crease with Kepke trying to redirect that home.
Beecher keeping it alive. Kepke with a nice job keeping it alive. Battling, as you said there, Ryan, get that puck down low, and then he rotates right to the front of the net.
Charlie Coyle will feed one down the right side into the corner. Spun around to the far side by Clark. Kings looking to break out here. Edmondson coughed it up at his own blue line. Marchand's got it. Top of the right circle. Pivots with it. Deals it back to McAvoy. A one-timer went wide to the right side. Geekie in the corner now. against Clark. Coyle gets his stick involved as well. Puck is freed up for Kempe to bring out for the Kings. Off to the left side for LaFerriere. McAvoy slows up that rush, and we have a whistle and a penalty coming up here in the early going.
McAvoy got hooked there. I've been waiting for a whistle to congratulate Brad Marchand, right? In this game here today, going against the Los Angeles Kings, game number 1,032. He ties with David Krejci for 5th all-time in Bruins history.
We'll get LaFerriere on the hook. And the Bruins go to the power play. 2 out of 9 so far through the first 2 games on the man advantage. 1 goal in each of their outings to this point.
Yeah, you had the one called back last game, and it was that, but I think they got the call right, but establishing the shot from the point. We talked about that early in the game for McAvoy, and they certainly did it as the game went on.
He's got McAvoy, sends it down low for Zacha. Pass intended from Marchand to Pasternak is picked off, and now shorthanded. Here comes Trevor Moore. Moore down the left circle, took a shot. Save made by Swayman, rebound. Banging away at it along the far side of the net was Deneau.
That was an unbelievable job right there by Lindholm. Elias Lindholm to get back to make that a 2-on-2 instead of the 2-on-1 that it looked like it was going to be.
Swayman will slow the puck up behind the Boston net now.
And a good save by Swayman as well.
Yeah, that puck looked like it got tipped and slowed down a bit. He had to react to it. Minute 22 to go on the power play. And Pasternak and Marchand get a little crossed up at the blue line offside.
Make a quick change here for the Bruins. I wouldn't say that quick. It's a minute and 18 to go, but that Marchand tried to get that puck to Pasternak, gets picked off, and they're going back the other way. That was Moore coming down the left wing. McAvoy coming over. He's not sure if Lindholm's going to get there or not. Lindholm did get there with the no going down the other side. And Moore still got 2 whacks at that.
Hampus Lindholm with the puck off of the face-off. Geekie will bring it to the red line, drive it in around the boards. It goes to the far side and just evaded Hampus Lindholm enough to leave the zone.
Hampus thought that Brazo was going to play that puck.
Boyle now dealing with Byfield in the Boston zone. Frederick will start it up the left side. Rink wide pass. Coyle kicks it onto his stick as it came off the wall. Tried to feather one for Geekie. Bobbed up into the air and gloved out of the air by Hampus Lindholm, but it came across the blue line and batted back in offside.
Well, I asked Jim Montgomery prior to the game how his power play has been, and he really has liked his power play, especially in the second game here against the Canadiens, but nothing doing on this one. You can still have 43 seconds to go, but they've been out of sync here. Early afternoon game, early power play.
They'll bring the first power play unit back out there. And the puck jumps into the LA bench as Boston tried to gain the zone. So it's Elias Lindholm, Pavel Zacha, Brad Marchand, David Pasternak, and Charlie McAvoy on this 5-man unit. 38 seconds left on the penalty to Alex LaFerriere. Inside the LA line, Elias Lindholm lifted it in the direction of Marchand. Zacha played it over to the far boards. Pasternak to McAvoy to the top of the circle for Zacha, one-timer. And the save by Kemper, long rebound cleared by LA. McAvoy from his own blue line. Zacha got it right back to him. Brings into the Kings zone. McAvoy into the right wing corner. Got sealed off of it, but Zacha is right there to pick it up.
Oh, good effort by Zacha to keep that puck alive. Now you got to be aware. The box coming clean here.
Marchand couldn't keep alive. We got 2-on-1 for the Kings as Fogle tried to feed one across, but Elias Lindholm, the man back to make the play.
He's made 2 good defensive plays here early in this game.
Pasternak lifting one toward the left wing corner. Power play is over. Team's at full strength as we approach 6 minutes gone here in the first period. No score. Epke putting pressure on Fiala, forcing him behind the LA net. Reversed it to the near side for Mikey Anderson. Now it's Kopitar. Rink wide pass. Came hard off the far boards. Fiala couldn't catch up to it. Mason Lohrei gets it back out into the neutral ice.
Interesting, they kept Lindholm on that second power play unit. Hampus Lindholm, that is, and not Lohrei.
Peake got a piece of a pass intended for Turcotte out near the blue line. Here's Edmondson with a shot. That one hit his teammate Lee in front of the net. On the far side circle, Fiala lost it. Kastelik will lift it up off glass and out. Edmondson from the red line, looking to send it right back in. Hit Andrew Peak in the leg. LA able to regain. Lee along the near boards. Peak in the corner, takes it back. And Lorai's pass finds Brazo out near the blue line. Now Patra stole one, and he's got it along the left wing circle.
High stick.
Yeah.
Patra got the stick up high.
Brazo after the puck in the corner, collides with Edmondson. Both guys go down. LA touches the puck. And we will take a timeout. 12:59 to go here in the first period, and no score on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. When you use Angie for your home projects, you know all your jobs will be done well. Roof repair? Done well. Kitchen sink install? Done well. Deck upgrades? Done well. Electrical upgrade? Done well. Angie's been connecting homeowners with skilled pros for nearly 30 years, so we know the difference between done and done well. Hire high-quality, certified pros at Angie.com.
Listen carefully. Can you hear the rhythm in the markets? Not just in the syncopations triggered by inflation, but in the preludes leading to global elections, in the dissonance that moves the Nikkei, and the rising chorus conducted by AI. There's music in the markets, and if you want to learn to listen for it, we'll show you how. Learn more at Bloomberg.com.
What's up, guys? It's the champ, Sean O'Malley, here to talk to you about Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to win real money while watching football. Create a lineup, pick more or less on at least 2 players. You can combine players from multiple sports: football, basketball, MMA, soccer, you name it. We got it. Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my lineups hit, I can get my money as quick as 15 minutes. Prize Picks invented the flex play, so you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit.
Right now, Prize Picks will give you $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Just download the Prize Picks app and use code GET100. That's code GET100 on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play a $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5 thesportshub.com.
First 5 minutes of today's game were brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Celebrate the freedom of choice with great offers on the Bronco family, or get winter ready with the Ford F-Series. Bram Clark of the Kings to the box on a 2-minute minor for high sticking with 12:59 to go in the first. No score. Bruins get their second power play of the game. And a face-off in the offensive zone here as Elias Lindholm, Brad Marchand, both battling to try to maintain possession. Instead, it'll go the length of the ice, and Swayman will set it up for Charlie McAvoy. Bruins moving from left to right on offense here in the first period. Pasternak looking to fire one deep into the Kings zone. It was rejected. And Trevor Moore to the Boston line. He'll send it into the corner and head off as they change up part of the penalty killing unit. McAvoy. He's for a cutting Zacha. Across the center circle he goes. Elias Lindholm feeds one off the boards for Zacha. And in behind the net. Got away from Pasternak. Kept alive by McAvoy near side. Pasternak back of the net. Zacha forehands it along for Marchand near side boards. And his pass back toward the blue line slips out of the zone. Elias Lindholm gets it right back in. Along with Zacha near boards. Take away by Kempe. And now here's Fogle coming up to the Boston zone shorthanded. His shot blocked off the leg of McAvoy and into the far corner. Behind the net it comes to Quentin Byfield. And to the near side point, Mikey Anderson throws one wide of Swayman. Byfield takes a little hit from Elias Lindholm. Lindholm backhanding one up the middle. And Brazo and Anderson collided while they were both after the puck. Back behind Swayman it comes again. 30 seconds to go in the power play. Hampus Lindholm bringing through neutral ice. Right side pass, Geekie. Geekie skates it down toward the hash marks near side. Coyle back of the blue line. On to Hampus Lindholm. Now Frederick quickly across to Coyle. Coyle stepping toward the top of the circle. In behind the net goes Geekie. Carries it off and passes back to Hampus Lindholm at the point. Shot knocked down off a body in front. Brazo trying to center for Coyle, who's coming from the right circle. Bruins lose it out of the zone, and that will do it for the power play as Clark comes out.
Yeah, finally a couple pucks towards the net and a little bit better puck movement, but all kinds of issues for actually both units here so far getting this thing going. It's too early for a power play.
10:45 left here in the first period. Scoreless game. Shots are 5-1 in favor of LA. Beecher turnaround shot from a tough angle, and Kemper stick that away from his crease. Puck goes in behind the net. Beecher providing some pressure along with Koepke.
Yeah, following both power plays, Bruins have come back with their fourth line.
Fiala had that puck jump away from him. Kastelik puts one off the boards for Koepke. Throws toward the net. Beecher able to poke it free as Kemper was trying to cover it up. Now it's Carlo back at the blue line. Slaps one toward the slot. And the Kings will get a clear with Zadorov back onto it for Boston. Koepke dropped it back to Carlo. Here's Zadorov looking up ice. Pass redirected deep by Brazo. Edmondson spins it off the near wall and out. Geno up the left wing side. Skates it into the Boston zone. Shot attempt blocked off to the far boards. Matra will drop it back. Lohrei behind the net. Spins away from pressure from Turcotte. Now backhanded through the slot onto the near side for Peak. Brazo in the neutral zone. Geno went hard after Peak in the corner after he released that puck.
Yeah, good hit by Geno, finishing Peak.
Matra brings it in across the line. Stops along the near side boards. Passed into the corner for Marchand. Back to Patra. Looking to center that puck. It was broken up by Byfield. Still they scramble for it. Brazo forced it off into the corner. Marchand there to help him out as well. Deals it back to McAvoy. Sends one across. Coyle had it hit him in the skate as he was coming down the left wing circle. Edmondson plays it off the near side boards. McAvoy slowed it up enough to force Byfield offside. 8:56 to play here in the first period. No score from TD Garden on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. When you use Angie for your home projects, you know all your jobs will be done well. Roof repair? Done well. Kitchen sink install? Done well. Deck upgrades? Done well. Electrical upgrade? Done well. Angie's been connecting homeowners with skilled pros for nearly 30 years, so we know the difference between done and done well. Hire high-quality, certified pros at Angie.com.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So, I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
8:56 to go here in the first period. Bruins and the LA Kings scoreless. Fans, you can come on down to TD Garden on Monday afternoon, another matinee matchup. The Bruins will take on the Florida Panthers starting at 1 o'clock. Select tickets are still available for purchase. Visit bostonbruins.com/tickets to secure your seat for all the action. Offensive zone face-off here for Elias Lindholm. Quentin Byfield, his opponent, gets booted out of the circle, so Fogle will stand in his place. Kings able to win it, and Byfield will carry out of the zone. Sends it softly down in the right wing corner. Back of the net, McAvoy deals it around near side for Zacha. Floats it across the ice. Zadorov gains the red line and then drives it deep. Elias Lindholm reversed it around to Pasternak far side. Fiala is there for Los Angeles. He'll send it the length of the ice, or the width of the ice rather, for Fogle. But mishandled. McAvoy took it back. Pasternak at center ice. Zacha getting the puck to settle. Zadorov now will get it into the LA zone, but can't get it deep. Bruins are changing as Los Angeles takes possession. Long pass for LaFerriere. Broken up at center ice. Coyle back into the Los Angeles end. Backhands it around the boards. Marchand, Geeky, both near side corner. Around to that far side. And Hampus Lindholm in deep to get that puck. To Geeky behind the net. Held by Spence. Coyle helps it around the near boards, but first to it will be Kempe. Spence lifted up into the air, gloved down by Carlo.
Yeah, tough play for
forced
Carlo.
out.
He's got a body right in front of him coming at him. That's Kempe who's trying to take that puck away. He's trying to glove it down and keep it alive, and Kempe's looking to go the other way.
Both teams getting some changes on now with 7:23 to go in the period. Edmondson passing toward the Boston blue line for Danault. Lorai hustling back to get the puck as it goes behind the net. Kastelik is back there as well.
Good support by Kastelik. That's the double team there down low. Lorai's in a battle one-on-one. Kastelik comes to support him, and they're out of the zone.
And they're back in the zone, offside, with 7:03 left in the period.
Between the Pipes, sponsored by Charles D. Sheehy. If you're in the piping trades, you need to call Charles D. Sheehy, Boston's premier piping and mechanical product supplier. CDS is your local leader. Between the Pipes for the LA Kings here this afternoon is Darcy Kemper, and the Bruins counter. Second straight game for Jeremy Swayman.
Swayman stopped 20 out of 24 in his season debut here on Thursday night rather. Darcy Kemper 32 out of 33 in the win over Buffalo in their opener on Thursday. He was voted #1 star of that game. Danault backs one up toward his own zone, and Kyle Burrows will send one up the right wing side. Swayman goes out behind the Boston net, shoots it around the far boards, kept alive, and back to the point for Kyle Burrows as his shot came skipping through the top of the crease. So on the near side circle comes free to Beecher. Beecher will bring it up the near boards, try to angle one around Gavrikov, who made the play.
All by himself there, Beecher was. Everybody else was going for the line change.
McAvoy will chase a rolling puck back into the Boston zone here. Early going to bring it up toward the blue line, sends it off to the left side for Frederick. Frederick stops, deals it into the corner for Patra. Edmondson puts a bump on him.
That's Zadorov if he wanted to there for the one-timer.
Zadorov, nice hit along the far boards by Lee, but now the Bruins have to hustle back, and a chance in front for Clark. Just couldn't get it onto his stick.
Zadorov has to be careful there, right? You step up in the neutral zone, you make the big hit. It looks good, right? You want to hit, but at least we're 2-on-1.
McAvoy will send behind the net. Zadorov hard around the far boards. It slips through Clark. Razzo angles ahead for Patra. Patra down the left circle, cutting toward the slot. Shot was blocked. Frederick a chance from behind the net. Got it out in front, and Pasternak couldn't get enough on it to get it into a mostly empty net. A couple of Kings were around him. Pasternak swatting at that puck. Fogle will reverse it toward the near side corner. Peak coming down onto that puck. Pasternak tried to force it in front. Fogle took away. And now a chance for Fiala to clear. They will get it out. Fiala chasing up the left wing side, but Peak keeps it away from him. Now it's Zacha, front of the penalty boxes, into the middle for Coyle, and he'll drop it back to Lorai onto Peak near side circle. 5 minutes to play in the period, no score. Lorai gains the attack zone over to Coyle right circle, and a shot into the chest of Kemper, who hangs on to it. And we'll step aside here with 4:52 to go in the first period. Bruins and Kings scoreless from TD Garden on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
How powerful is Cox Internet?
Powerful enough to stream all my live sports actually live?
Yep.
Powerful enough to share my screen more smoothly?
You got it.
Powerful enough to keep my games online and my squad on top?
Oh yeah.
That's pretty powerful.
Get gig speeds powered by fiber from Cox, the nation's fastest internet provider. Cox, always building better. Download speeds up to 1 gigabit per second. Cox internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions may apply. Fastest based on average download speeds from highspeedinternet.com. Speed test in 2023.
Time is a luxury for us, especially if you're a mom. That's why we need a skincare routine that's easy, fast, and gives us results. Plus, what if your products had thousands of 5-star reviews, were natural and affordable? Well, say hello to Dime Beauty. Dime Beauty is clean, high-end skincare that is affordable, and it really works. Not sure where to start? I highly recommend the Work System. It's everything you need in one powerful package. Take out the guesswork with a proven routine that includes a gentle yet effective cleanser, a super skin toner, 2 incredible serums, and 2 luxurious moisturizers. See what everyone is raving about. From serum sets to the always sold out retinol alternative TBT cream, you'll find your perfect skincare match. Dime has over 2 million happy customers, and their product reviews are literally 5 stars. Love your skin again. Go to dimebeautyco.com and unlock your discount. That's dimebeautyco.com. That's dimebeautyco.com.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
4:52 to go here in the first period. Bruins and Kings scoreless. Shots are 5-3 in favor of Los Angeles here in period number 1.
Yeah, Patre able to make something out of almost nothing there. Frederick and Patre towards the end of a shift, but they end up with that puck coming up the ice, and Patre cuts across from left to right, try to get that shot away. Frederick eventually trying to get it in front for Pasternak. He had 2 or 3 tries to get it out there. Puck, you said, eventually got there, but you were right when you called it, Ryan. There was, 3 or 4 white jerseys standing right in front of the net. He wasn't able to get a good shot away.
Mikey Anderson ended up getting in front of that puck, as Marchand from the red line, or from the blue line rather, will wind it deep through the LA zone. Geeky behind the net to Carlo, able to pull it away from Kopitar. Carlo slams on his brakes, steals off back to the far point, and the shot by Hampus Lindholm turned aside by Kemper. Here's Lindholm again. That one blocked. It comes right back to him. Skates it through the left wing circle. He'll go in behind the net. Hampus backhands it back toward that far side, and Geeky and Marchand both over there. Geeky gives to Marchand behind the net for Coyle. Up against Anderson. It popped free to Kopitar, and the Kings will start out. Kempe, left side for Laferriere. Laferriere trying to get to the net. Backhander from in tight on Swayman, who makes the save and then covers the loose puck.
Yeah, strong move right there. Laferriere coming in from the left wing side. Really powers his way right to the front of the net, coming in as off wing. That's some speed. Hampus Lindholm trying to track him down, but Laferriere gets there. Tried the backhand there on Swayman. Swayman holds the short side post. And no rebound as Kempe was lurking there, looking for one. There was a loose puck just for a split second, and Swayman, good rebound control to have that puck right in front of him and just easily puts a glove on it.
Face off to Swayman's right. Elias Lindholm wins the draw.
That's unpredictable where that puck's going to go, right? I could hit him in the shoulder, I could hit him anywhere and bounce out, but he does a nice job there staying with it.
All right, Azaka didn't gain clean entry. Instead, Deno will bring the Kings back into the Boston zone, tries a long shot right down the middle, and that's directed up into the netting, out of play.
It's good speed by Laferriere. You know, you play with Kempe and Kopitar. Kempe's got a lot of good speed as well, and you got a smart guy like Kopitar playing in the middle who can do just about anything for you. They've got some guys that can score. You look at those top 2 lines, guys, and then even into the third line, there's some guys that are capable. Kings, mixed reviews on the Kings heading into this season. Are they going to be good? Are they going to make the playoffs? They can just miss it.
Pasternak cleared it into the LA zone, but they're going to whistle in an icing as he was just shy of the red line.
Yeah, he was too. And this is one of the areas that Jim Montgomery referenced the other day about the icings. And we talked about if you ice the play, is it forced? Is it unforced? You know, do you need to? And that one I think Pasternak would like to have back. He's a couple feet below or behind the red line when he dumps this puck down. Now it comes down to winning a draw.
And Elias Lindholm wins that face-off. Around the near boards, though, Fiala to keep it in for L.A. Byfield got it back to Edmondson, a drive. And the rebound kicks out toward Pasternak, who gets it through the neutral zone, but LA right back in. Here's Fiala feeding Byfield to Fiala. Edmondson, one-timer, and that time blocked by Beecher. Beecher going to carry up the right side after a pass from Kastelik. He's got it into the Los Angeles zone. Zadorov, center blue line, and his shot is directed up and out of play. The faceoff will stay in the offensive zone.
You know, the fourth line got some love the other day after that game against Montreal for some of the points that they put up. But, you know, I go back, Kastelik blocked a couple of big shots. That was a good block by Beecher right there. As soon as the line change was made, now they got to scramble and get themselves into position defensively. He blocks that shot, gets moving north, gets going the other way. Those are the types of things. So you can talk about the forecheck and you talk about the points they put up, but they also have to do a good job on the other side.
Putting some pressure on here. Beecher along with Koepke. Near side corner. Kings looking to clear. McAvoy. Near side of the blue line keeps in. Plays it into the corner. Took a funny hop off the glass. Kings have it now. It's Deneau. Will carry out. Goes across to the far side for Gavrikov. Ridden to the boards by Zadorov. Puck comes free behind the net. McAvoy off balance, able to get it to Kastelik, and now it's Beecher to neutral ice to Koepke. Hands off there for McAvoy. McAvoy slips it through the defense onto Kastelik. Tried a backhand shot, and Gavrikov in the way of that. It jumped up into the air, and Kemper just stabs it on the pop-up.
I start to see the play it kind of almost pick up a little bit. I think power plays early in a game favors the defense, the shorthanded team. Just you're not into the game yet. You're not, you know, you should be, but you're not. The Bruins look out of sorts.
There's a drive off the faceoff. Hampus Lindholm put one in on goal.
Yeah, the power play was not good in the, earlier on in this period. Now you start to get into some more 5-on-5, some more flow.
Does the 1 o'clock faceoff affect these guys at all?
It shouldn't. It shouldn't. I don't think so, but I don't think. I mean, maybe early in the year it's a little bit different, but I don't. I like 1 o'clock games. I mean, you like the 7s because you're into a routine. You know what you want to do all day, but you know it's your job to be ready for the 1 o'clock games as well. I'm not crazy about early power plays in general in a game. It could be any time. The game could start at any time.
Frederick will send it in from the right wing side.
And then you got guys who don't play the power play, just sitting on the bench waiting to get into the game.
Right.
You know?
You might not even have your first shift under your belt yet. Puck is locked up inside the LA zone along the near boards to our right. Frederick and Patra both trying to dig it free. Came loose to Brazeau, but taken away now. And Kings have it with 1:24 to go in the period.
Yeah, they won that battle, and Brazeau tried to get that puck out to the left point to Lindholm, who picked off, though.
Byfield a drive. Swayman kicked that away, and Peak will play it off the far boards. Byfield wins it back here for Los Angeles. Turns and deals it back to Clark at the point. On to Edmondson near side. Now Fiala handling the puck out near the blue line, and Geekie swats it off his stick down toward the LA end. They try to strike back quickly as they gain the line. Fiala off for Byfield. One timed it up off the high glass. And the Bruins go the other way with Coyle to Marchand. On to Geekie, right wing circle. Geekie drags it back onto his forehand, takes the shot, and Kemper makes the save outside the blue paint.
Yeah, defended pretty well by the Bruins, and coming back, and then you get going back the other way with some speed up through the middle of the ice. It ends up being a quick 3-on-2. They're going to move it wide to Geekie. He's got a chance maybe to go back into the high slot. Delory was coming late, but instead, Marchand moves it to the right. Geekie's going to drag that puck, and right from the right wing dot, change the angle, get the good wrist shot away. And a nice save by Kemper.
43.7 to go in the period. Off the face-off, puck just gets out of the zone. Bruins trying to get right back in. Clogged up along the near boards. Zaka. It'll be Trevor Moore to get it into the Boston zone. McAvoy looking over his shoulder. Heels off for Elias Lindholm. Lindholm into the middle, trying to find Pasternak. A couple of Kings stumbling over each other was Gavrikov and Mikey Anderson. Puck back into the Boston zone here. McAvoy, it's wrestled down, back of the net. Deneau forcing one out in front. It comes back to the blue line. Anderson along the near boards. Puck jumping away from him as Elias Lindholm came to challenge. In the final seconds of the period will run off. And The teams will finish a scoreless first as McAvoy gets into it with Moore after the siren goes. And the officials looking to calm
jumped
everybody
in there
down.
too and knocked Moore down. I don't think it's enough to get himself a penalty because Moore kind of initiated that. McAvoy kind of gave him a little cross check, and then Zadorov came in and knocked him to the ice. But we'll wait and see on that.
So shots 8-6 in favor of Los Angeles in the first 20 minutes, but neither team finds the back of the net. And we'll return to TD Garden coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
We all know just because gifts for loved ones can look like flowers, a spa day, or maybe even planning date night. But what about something that will truly last and protect your loved ones along the way? I'm talking about life insurance. I called SelectQuote to secure our coverage and couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With monthly payments less than the cost of a bouquet of flowers, this is the perfect time to make sure your family is protected.
For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
It's never too late to secure affordable coverage through SelectQuote. Show your loved ones they're your top priority by protecting their future.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
We believe in repurposing the junk we collect.
We donate the donatables.
Recycle the recyclables.
What we touch is given a new purpose.
We make junk disappear.
All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK
or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
At the UPS store, we know being a small business owner means holiday time is still go time. Still get those orders shipped time. And still re-up on stamps and supplies time. That's why this upcoming holiday, while others close up shop, we'll be open. And happy to help you keep being unstoppable. Come into your local store today. Most locations are independently owned. Product services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS store. Be unstoppable.
At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means your business success is our business success. Own your skill, own your goals, own your credit union. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada?
Yes, please.
Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/listen and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/listen.
Service members, military families, and U.S. citizens overseas, there's still time to vote in this election. If you haven't received your regular ballot, vote with the backup ballot, the Federal Write-in Absentee Ballot, FWAB, promptly to ensure your voice is heard. Get started on the FWAB at fbap.gov/FWAB.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
No score between the Bruins and the LA Kings back here at TD Garden alongside Bob Beers. I'm Ryan Johnston, and in our first intermission today, we are going to, with LA in town, preview the Pacific Division. And I heard you say on the hockey show this morning, Bob, that this is an interesting and maybe a little bit of a tough division to handicap in some regards. But the Edmonton Oilers certainly are going to be in the mix. Connor McDavid and the Oilers coming off a season in which they were one win away from a Stanley Cup.
Well, we certainly don't want to put ourselves in the same spot as last year, but all while knowing that, you know, you can maybe dig yourself out of a hole if there is a bad start. I think there's that confidence in the group, but that being said, we don't want to go through that again.
Yeah, I mean, they had such a difficult start, but obviously turned it around. They're a better team than the way that they started, and you know, they kept on that momentum, that good ride after they made the coaching change and rode that right through the playoffs, and see the disappointment after losing to the Florida Panthers, but they got a good taste of it last year, and you expect them to be a team that to be a difficult a difficult out this year. Ask the LA Kings, because they've had to face them a few years in a row now in the playoffs, and they've had a bad role there. So Edmonton, there's always questions. They lose a game the other day. What did they lose? 6-0. Is Stuart Skinner the guy? Do they need to make a change? It's been one game. So it's like, but you know what you're going to get from those guys up front. It was important for them to get Leon Draisaitl locked with his contract. They did that. They've got a couple of question marks coming up with contract-wise, but they feel that, they've taken some good steps in the right direction. The addition of Skinner is an interesting one. Not Jeff Skinner, not Stuart Skinner. Jeff Skinner, who got bought out by the Buffalo Sabres and signed a pretty team-friendly deal, I think, for a guy with his capabilities.
Let's talk about the Vegas Golden Knights, who, Kelly McCrimmon, the GM out there, says, you got a good roster, but it's a question of, can we stay healthy?
I think everyone knows that guys aren't playing. I think everyone says they had a lot of injuries. I don't know that you ever properly equate it to what the team maybe looks like on the ice and what it could look like. So my hope is good health. And if we have good health, I like the makeup of our team.
Yeah, who they pick up last year at the deadline? They couldn't even play for them until the playoffs started, really, and that was Hurdo, right? And Stone has gone through his injury issues. Eichel looks like he's fine after his struggles with injuries there when he was with the Buffalo Sabres. So, look, this team goes for it. We know that. Vegas is not going to sit back and watch. They're going to go for it, and it's an interesting team. They've had a good start to the season here for the first couple of wins. Very early yet, but those injuries, like McCrimmon was talking about, they can play a huge role with some of the key guys that they have that they had injuries with.
The Vancouver Canucks and head coach Rick Tocchet, he says expectations are rising in Vancouver.
We made strides, and I commend the players. We asked them to do some things, and I thought they passed the grade. Now, to get to the next plateau, the higher expectations, and it's going to be hard. We know that.
Those are the three favorites, right? Edmonton, Vegas, and Vancouver, because of the season that Vancouver had last year. They need a goaltender, and can the guys that are there right now do it, or can they get Demko back? Nobody really knows what's wrong with Demko, which is like an injury that they're not really. I haven't heard it described very well. What's going on? Other than it's never happened to a goaltender before. So whatever's going on there, he's such a big factor with that team. But no question, I think Edmonton, Vegas, and Vancouver are probably the favorites in that division.
The San Jose Sharks are not the favorites in that division. They've missed the playoffs for 5 straight seasons. GM Mike Greer has a rebuild underway.
I don't really want to put, exact timelines on things here. I think we just need to keep getting better and keep moving forward. And that's what I'd like to see with the group.
Exciting young players. Throw Celebrini into that. You've got some reasons for optimism in San Jose, but certainly not expected to be there this year.
And the Seattle Kraken GM Ron Francis says he's got some good experience he's added to this team during the offseason.
We think with the addition of Montour, that's an offensive piece on the back end. He brings the Stanley Cup into the locker room with him. And, and Stevenson, just a really good two-way guy, brings 2 cups into the locker room as well.
Yeah, they brought in 2 pretty good players, Seattle did. So 2 years ago, Seattle makes the playoffs, kind of surprises some people. Last year, they don't make the playoffs. They took a bit of a step back. They make a coaching change. Dan Bylsma, who's had a lot of success in their American Hockey League team, now takes over. He's also had success at the NHL level. But they're kind of the wild card, I think. Between them and the Kings, I think wild card's there. And when I say wild card, can they make the playoffs? Can they upset any of those top 3 teams?
And you've got rebuilds in Calgary going on, and of course, Anaheim as well. So that's a look at the Pacific Division and what you would expect it to look like top to bottom. We are through 1 period of play here at TD Garden this afternoon as the LA Kings are paying their only visit to the Bruins this year. Teams are scoreless at the end of 1. Shots on goal updated at the end of the period are now 9-7 in favor of Los Angeles. Well, we will step aside here. We'll come back. We'll take a quick look at what's going on around the NHL on a busy Saturday, although most of the games are coming up later tonight. We'll talk about that as we continue here with our first intermission from TD Garden on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hey, just the socks. Thanks. Great. Name, birthday, email address, shipping address, billing address. How many fire hydrants do you see? How'd you hear about us? Can we text you?
Forget it.
If your online store doesn't use Shopify for checkout, your customers will just, well, check out. Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other leading e-commerce platforms. That means fewer abandoned carts and more for your business. So switch to Shopify at shopify.com/listen and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/listen.
At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means when the community thrives, we thrive. Let's make your goals a reality. Own your mission. Own your credit union. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Jason Tatum plays here.
Tip the entry to Smart. No look bounce pass to the cutter. Jason Tatum, who lays it up and in with the right hand, and the Celtics are dancing right now. They're Brogdon across half court. Nets fans headed for the exit. Tatum, pull up three. Good night. You know what MVPs do? They still got 29 in the left. Tatum to the right. Pulls up on LeBron. They're isolated. Right side of the floor. Tatum spins on the baseline. Turns. Fade. Got it!
This is the home of the Celtics. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Thumbtack presents the ins and outs of caring for your home. Out. Indecision. Overthinking. Second-guessing every choice you make. In. Plans and guides that make it easy to get home projects done. Out. Beige on beige on beige. In. Knowing what to do, when to do it, and who to hire. Start caring for your home with confidence. Download Thumbtack today.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Back here between periods as the Bruins and the LA Kings are scoreless through one. There are 12 games on the NHL schedule tonight. There was supposed to be 13 more games, but the Tampa Bay Lightning had their game against Carolina canceled due to because of Hurricane Milton. But there are plenty of other teams in action tonight, including the Florida Panthers coming off a loss the other night against Ottawa. They are in Buffalo to take on the Sabres, who are off to an 0-3 start. The Toronto Maple Leafs will host Pittsburgh tonight. That's a 7 o'clock start. Both of those teams are 1-1 on the young season. Ottawa, with that victory under their belt, will visit the Montreal Canadiens tonight. The Nashville Predators are in Detroit to take on the Red Wings. Both of those teams out to an 0-1 start. The Utah Hockey Club, 2-0 to start the season. They're on the road to take on the Rangers tonight, who won their opener. The Capitals play their first game of their schedule tonight as they take on the New Jersey Devils starting at 7 o'clock. It's the Islanders and the Dallas Stars in action tonight in Big D at 8 p.m. Also at 8 p.m. tonight, the Minnesota Wild will host the Seattle Kraken. Wild looking for their second straight win to start the season. And then some later games at 9 o'clock, Columbus at Colorado. At 10 o'clock, it's the Calgary Flames hosting the Philadelphia Flyers. Chicago's in Edmonton tonight, and the Anaheim Ducks and San Jose Sharks will match up this evening as well. We'll be back to get the second period underway coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Americans, there's still time to ensure your voice is heard in this election from wherever you are. If you have a ballot, send it back now. If you won't receive your regular ballot in time to send it back before the election, get a backup ballot or the FWAB and send it in to vote. The Federal Write-In Absentee Ballot, FWAB, can be used as a backup ballot by service members, eligible military dependents, and U.S. citizens overseas who requested an absentee ballot but didn't receive it on time to return it by the state deadline. Get started on the FWAB at fvap.gov/FWAB.
Bridge Bank looks at each of its clients' opportunities with an entrepreneurial mindset. Clients work with the same banker at each phase of their business growth. For relationship banking built on trust, powered by the strength of Western Alliance Bank, connect with a banker today at bridgebank.com.
Come on down to the Price is Right contestant search. 2 lucky winners will travel to Los Angeles, and 1 will be called to Come On Down.
October 22nd from 2 to 6 p.m. at Mohegan Sun. Full details at WFSB.com.
The Providence Bruins drop the puck on a new season with 4 home games in October, including fan favorite the Halloween Spooktacular on October 20th and First Responders Appreciation on the 25th and 27th. Get tickets now at ProvidenceBruins.com.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 47 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2023 CY total sales.
Felger and Naz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Back here at TD Garden, the Bruins and the LA Kings are scoreless after 1. We're joined downstairs by Pavel Zacha. Pavel, that first period, you guys got an early power play chance, weren't able to take advantage. Talk a little bit about just the flow of that first period and trying to get going here early.
Yeah, I think, that's something that we have to do a better job. I don't think that was the period we wanted. We have some power plays that we created, from skating to the net, but we have to do it way more often and create more penalties. And then once we're on a power play, we have to get a little bit more momentum going there for our team.
How do you feel like things have gone for your line here over the first couple of games?
Yeah, I think, we're getting comfortable with each other and, where the other person is. And I think, we're talking to each other pretty well, so we just have to keep building on our game.
What in your mind is the biggest key against Los Angeles today?
I think, we know they're a faster neutral zone, so kind of trying to stop them there and just put pucks behind the net, what we did last game. I think that worked for us. We're having on pucks in no zone, and that's what we have to do more of.
I appreciate the time. Good luck for the rest of the way.
Thanks.
Pavel Zacha joining us. Our first intermission interview is brought to you by TD Bank. TD cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, official bank for the Boston Celtics and Bruins. Second period about to get underway. We are scoreless after 20 minutes. Bruins have had a couple of power play chances, have not been able to cash in as of yet. They will be going from right to left on offense here in period number 2.
I think as that period went on, both teams kind of found their legs a little bit, got themselves going. So it's easier to kind of work hard defensively, killing a penalty, than maybe to execute offensively when you have them early. But no excuses. It's up to you to be ready, and when you get them, you have to take advantage of them. I think the Bruins' power play has been okay, especially in the game against Montreal. I thought it was good. 5-on-5, it's interesting. The line that starts here is the 4th line for the Bruins. I think that there's, even early in the season, they start to gain a little bit of trust. You see the energy from them. They've got their legs here going early.
They'll get it deep into the LA zone right away here as Koepke behind the net, battling against Kopitar. At the far side of the net, Kopitar plays it along to the boards for Laferriere, out to the neutral ice. Carlo disrupting the flow of that rush, and the Bruins have it back. Beecher drops it back for Carlo. Onto the near side for Hampus Lindholm. Dump in from the red line. Kemper stops it behind the LA net. Around to the far side. Ferrier popped it free for Kopitar. He'll back it up under pressure. Anderson swings it for Spence. And from the near circle, gives back into the middle for Anderson. Misfired on a pass attempt up ice, and that forces a turnover as Zadorov and McAvoy back to play for Boston. McAvoy at the red line. Rink wide pass comes left side for Charlie Coyle. Slams on the break. Steals it back to Zadorov for a one-timer. Kemper made the pad save. Kings clear the rebound.
Bruins were around the front that time. Kemper got a good look at it. Nice transition through the neutral zone by McAvoy, and then the good hard pass across. Pull up, find the late guy.
McAvoy in the near corner against Moore. Moore got it to Jeannot. Works his way to the far side, and Edmondson, one-time shot, went through the slot. Marchand out near the blue line. Give it for Coyle. Excuse me, and from the red line, he'll play it into the right wing corner. Clark, near side circle. Volleys one high up into the air, bouncing down, trying to find Jeannot near the Boston blue line. Instead, he found Andrew Peak. Kings regain in the neutral ice, dumped in by Deneau. Frederick taps along for Patra. Hands off for Peak, jumping up. Now Brazo will play it deep. Frederick in after it, but steered near side for Lewis. Kings will come forward. On the right side, Andre Lee. Lee into the corner against Patra. Puck comes behind the net. Turcotte back to the far point man. Gavrikov rolled over his stick and out of the zone. Lewis played it right back in, but the Bruins there to keep it at bay. And Lee dumps it in this time as Swayman slowed it behind the net. Peak in the near corner under pressure. Backs it up to Lorai. Lorai lost it to Fiala. Fiala got it back to the near point. Burrows a shot into traffic in front as Vogel took a tumble. Fiala couldn't handle it out near the blue line, and Burrows trying to get back here as Frederick forces it into the LA zone, but just could never quite corral that puck.
Frederick was on at the very end of the shift as well, needed to get off.
Byfield to Fogle in the corner as LA gets set up. Anderson stepping in from the left point with a shot. Lindholm and Byfield were battling near the side of the net. Lindholm took that shot up high and is smarting a bit as Swayman covers up the puck.
Yeah, you know, you look back at that first period, there were a couple partial odd man rushes as Lindholm, as you just mentioned, we're talking about Elias Lindholm going to the bench. We need a little bit of attention, medical attention there. The Bruins get that shot coming late as Coyle pulls up on the left wing side, but it starts with McAvoy really moving through the neutral zone. And at the other end of the ice, it's a little kind of mix up there. The puck gets dumped in. Swayman couldn't quite handle it initially as it got just by him enough. And Peak was trying to reverse that puck back for Laura. I couldn't get a lot on it, and all of a sudden, you know, it leads to the Kings getting a couple chances from there.
Zadorov with the puck on his stick. Pass up the left side was taken away by Jeannot. At the Boston line, Deneau. Near side boards. They tried to set it up for Spence at the blue line. We get a whistle and a boarding indication from the referee. Zadorov has some words with Jeannot, but Zadorov's headed to the penalty box.
I don't know if Zadorov thought that Jeannot sold this one or not, but he went right back at Jeannot. Wasn't too happy with him. You look on the replay here. Jeannot he turned and threw that puck back to the point, and it looked like Zadorov got him with a pretty good one into the numbers. Sometimes you see a guy, he knows somebody's coming, he might throw himself in there. That looked like Zadorov got him pretty good. Jeannot's a big guy. Zadorov's bigger, but...
Now, Jeannot's 6'2", 220, but still giving away 4 inches and about 20 to 30 pounds.
He's all of it, though. I mean, he's a tough kid.
They don't like the drop of the puck. They'll do this again here. So first power play of the night or the afternoon rather, for LA. They went 1 out of 5 in their season opener. Bruins have allowed 2 power play goals on 12 opportunities. Officials checking the clock here, which currently reads 1 minute and 64 seconds.
Which is not, to wait on that one.
Not correct.
We get the penalty time, right?
Well, fans, you can have your legacy inside the walls of TD Garden. Purchase a personalized puck to be displayed on the 1924 wall in Heritage Hall's Fan Foyer. Visit bostonbruins.com/fanfoyer to learn more and purchase a package today. All right, clock is solved, and back to play we go as the Bruins control the face-off, and Marchand lifts one all the way down to Darcy Kemper. Clark will start LA up from behind his zone net, brings it out to the right wing circle, drops it there for Kempe. Kempe skating it to the center circle, trying to feed it into the Boston zone, and Carlo stands his ground at the blue line to keep that out. Kempe will try again from his own blue line over to Kopitar. Dump in around behind Swayman, who tried to slow it up. Instead, it's Hampus Lindholm near side, on to Marchand, and all the way down it goes. Minute 20 to go on the power play. 4 minutes gone in the second period, still scoreless. This is Kopitar coming up through the red line and onto the blue. A Ferrier weighted toward the corner. Peak in there along with McAvoy. Back to the far point man. Fiala, and his shot got into Swayman, but the pad save. Now Clark. They work it off to Fiala. Back up top for Clark. Onto the right side for Kempe, and a one-timer by LaFerriere. Tipped up and over the net.
It's a good setup. Good one-touch pass.
Clark over to Kempe, a one-timer. Rebound came to LaFerriere. The second shot got blocked, and now Swayman able to dive on the loose puck as LaFerriere tried to bring it to the side of the net.
Yeah, but also a good job down low. The Bruins did not allow LaFerriere to get that next opportunity. Swayman does a good job there, but the Bruins converging around the front of the net because that puck is loose. I mean, that's good puck movement by the Kings. The one-touch pass by Kempe from the right wing circle into the bumper. LaFerriere gets the initial shot, and then they move this puck all the way back over to Kempe in the right wing circle. Big rebound after the initial shot is taken off the one-timer. I think the second chance by LaFerriere may hit a leg in front, and then the Bruins do not allow him to get to that puck, and Swayman eventually covers up.
Face off to Swayman's right. Kings with 35 to go on the power play as a pass redirected toward the net by Deneau, but never made it to Swayman. Hampus Lindholm rips it around the near glass through Byfield and down to the LA end. Spence turns in front of his goaltender, brings it out to the blue line, drops it off for Byfield, picking up steam along the right side. Turcotte. Byfield wrapped it around to the far side. Here's Spence, center of the blue line. Walking it toward the near side, gave to Byfield. Back for Spence at the blue line. Was thinking about a one-timer, disrupted by Frederick. Instead, here's one coming in front, and they score. Trevor Moore, as that puck got through the top of the crease area, and Moore found about a half-empty net to shoot it in as L.A. grabs a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, the Bruins are in a little bit of scramble mode there. They move this puck around again, the Kings do. They go through the seam. And it looked like Lindholm, as he's trying to cover in front, he kind of loses his balance and goes over top of Swayman. Swayman can't move back to his left to get to Moore, who's wide open on that far side.
It's over Trevor Moore.
Turcotte that was right in front that Lindholm was trying to get the stick off from.
First of the year for Moore after 31 last year, a career high 31 goals and a career high 57 points for him. So LA strikes first here in the second period. 5.5 gone.
Don't know if it's going to go down as a power play goal or not. I thought Sidorov's penalty had just expired, but he was literally just coming out of the box.
We got a whistle here with 14:21 to go in the period. Faceoff will come just outside the Boston blue line. Yeah, it is going to be an even strength goal officially. Matt Patra will take this draw. And he wins it. Peak steered it to Pasternak. Zacha near the attacking blue line. Tried to redirect it, but blocked out of there by Gavrikov. Instead now back of the Boston zone. Lohrei to Zacha. Peak tried to hit Zacha on a cross ice pass just out of his reach. Lewis will backhand deep behind Jeremy Swayman. Pass up the right side. Zacha pops it along for Patra. And down in the right wing corner it goes. Burrows shoots it around the near boards, and waiting for it was Jeannot. LA clears the zone. Now Philip Deneau is going to circle back through his own end. Brings it to the blue line, to the red, and across the Boston blue. Still carrying that puck toward the high slot. Geekie got a stick in there. Zadorov will send for Geekie, and out of the zone it goes, but right onto the stick of Mikey Anderson. Spence from the near side of the red line, all the way around again. Zadorov reverses it toward McAvoy. Banks a pass looking for Marchand. Cutting in front of him was Deneau. Chance for Jeannot near the crease of Jeremy Swayman, but couldn't get it teed up. Now Moore with a shot kicked aside by Swayman. Back to the blue line it comes. Spence fills it down for Jeannot, right circle. Back for Spence at the blue line. Anderson's centering pass was denied in front by Zadorov.
Good recovery by Coyle coming back to help that time.
Off the near boards. Big collision as Jeannot got lit up by Zadorov.
Zadorov was looking for him. That's the time to do it. Because you've got support back there, and the Kings don't have the numbers.
Marchand couldn't catch up to a puck in front of the penalty boxes. We got a penalty coming up against the Bruins as Fogle gets a shot in on Swayman. He hangs on to it.
It's going to go to McAvoy. Stepped up, I believe, on Byfield. He got the leg out a little bit, or at least that's what they're going to say.
So 12:29 to go. LA is out to a 1-0 lead here in the second period, and they will get their second power play chance when we come back on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppable, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
Hey, just the socks. Thanks.
Great. Name, birthday, email address, shipping address, billing address. How many fire hydrants do you see? How'd you hear about us? Can we text you?
Forget it.
If your online store doesn't use Shopify for checkout, your customers will just, well, check out. Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other leading e-commerce platforms. That means fewer abandoned carts and more for your business. So switch to Shopify at shopify.com/listen and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/listen.
Moving on to a TurboTax expert is easy, but saying goodbye to your old pro, that's a job for Adam Devine.
Switch to a TurboTax Live expert and we'll beat what you paid your pro last tax season. TurboTax full service only. Sign up by 12/20/2024. Full details at turbotax.com/beatyourprice.
At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means your business success is our business success. Own your skill, own your goals, own your credit union. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
The home of the Bruins, Patriots, Rams, and Celtics. Boston's home for sports is 98.5 The Sports Hub, a Beasley Media Group station.
Alongside Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. We are at TD Garden in Boston. Los Angeles Kings with a 1-0 lead over the Bruins, and a power play for the Kings here as Charlie McAvoy goes to the box for tripping. So a face-off inside the Boston zone here, and they'll have to take a second crack at that.
You had mentioned Elias Lindholm caught that shot up high a few shifts ago. He went down in the locker room for a little bit to get checked out. He's back on the bench now. Kings power play looked really solid, really strong in that the first opportunity they had. And now the Bruins go back on the kill. And McAvoy tried to step up on Byfield. He went leg on leg.
Puck angles behind the Boston net to Beecher, and he goes the length of the ice with it. LA officially 0 for 1 on the power play, but scored a second or two after the end of the first Bruins penalty before Zadorov could get back into the play. Kempe starts LA out of their zone with Kopitar for Fiala. Rink-wide pass comes to Laferriere near side. Kempe out of the corner. Laferriere at the hash marks. Up to the blue line for Clark. His shot redirected and then kicked away from the slot by Brandon Carlo. Fiala keeps in at the far side of the blue line. Moves it toward the high slot and try to pass right side for Kempe. Broken up. And then Beecher able to beat Kempe to the free puck and clear it. Darcy Kemper handing off behind his own net for Clark. Kopitar from his own blue line. Through the neutral ice, Laferriere will play it down the right wing corner. Centering pass, and Laferriere with a great chance in front. Swayman equal to the task. Back to the far point. Fiala pivots away from Zaka. Kopitar, top of the left circle. Center blue line to Clark. Right side, Kempe a drive. And Swayman made the save, and the rebound is cleared down ice by Elias Lindholm.
Ferrier, what an opportunity he had. Point blank that time off the pass from Andrei Kopitar. Below the goal line. Ferrier's had a couple good looks on this power play. Last one and this one.
28 seconds left on the LA power play.
And Kempe's not afraid to shoot it from that right wing elbow either.
Not at all. Carlo backhands it to the near boards. Back to Spence at the blue line. Backs along the blue line. Deals off right side for Deneau at the circle, and his shot is smothered as Lindholm chased him toward the wall. And Marchand helps a puck out of his zone. 5 seconds left on the McAvoy penalty. Spence sends a pass ahead for Gavrikov. Throws one in on goal. Swayman kicked that aside. Bruins will get it out of the zone here as McAvoy from his knees just out of the penalty box. Plays it along to Geekie at the red line. And deep into the Los Angeles end it goes. Pasternak pressuring Byfield and Gavrikov on the far sideboards. Here's Deneau coming through the middle. Left side for Byfield, and sweeps it behind Swayman as the Kings change it up. We are exactly halfway through this one. It's 1-0 Los Angeles. Bruins couldn't get clean entry. Puck dumped in deep now by Peak. As Boston getting some changes on behind the play. Fogle will give to Edmondson. Neutral ice, and across the Boston line comes Lewis, and his shot went wide. Lee spins in behind the Boston net with it, but forced back toward that far side. Koepke, puck jumped on him a bit, but did get it out of the zone. Lewis hammers it back in. Swayman behind the net. McAvoy. Koepke, and now across ice. Zadorov plays it off to Karen. Frederick will leave it for McAvoy in the defensive zone. He steps out to his own blue line. Pass ahead was redirected, got to Patra, but Bruins turn back. Let's try again here as Hampus Lindholm brings it left side. And around the boards, he sends it. Lee waiting for it far side. Carlo kept in. His shot was partially blocked and trickles in on Kemper. He covers that loose puck. We've got 8:58 to go here in the second period. Los Angeles with a 1-0 lead. Here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means when the community thrives, we thrive. Let's make your goals a reality. Own your mission. Own your credit union. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Gain presents a tale of longing and long-lasting scent. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Add Gain scent beads for an even longer-lasting scent.
Service members, military families, and U.S. citizens overseas, there's still time to vote in this election. If you haven't received your regular ballot, vote with the backup ballot, the Federal Write-In Absentee Ballot, FWAB, promptly to ensure your voice is heard. Get started on the FWAB at fvap.gov/FWAB.
AI might be the most important new computer technology ever, but AI needs a lot of processing speed, and that gets expensive fast. Upgrade to the next generation of the cloud, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, or OCI. OCI is a single platform for your infrastructure, database, application development, and AI needs. Do more and spend less, like Uber, 8x8, and Databricks Mosaic. Take a free test drive of OCI at oracle.com/Skyview. That's oracle.com/Skyview.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5 thesportshub.com.
8:58 left, second period. LA Kings 1, Bruins nothing here at TD Garden. Trevor Moore's first of the year from Philip Deneau, and Quentin Byfield at 5:22 of the second is the difference in this one so far. Face off inside the Los Angeles zone. Patra will be out there to take it. Brazo lined up in the slot with Frederick on the far side of the far circle as they win it back to Hampus Lindholm. He's going to carry it right toward the doorstep, but got turned away.
Yeah, the Bruins have found themselves defending a lot this period and really yet to find some traction offensively. It's over the halfway point of this second period.
Frederick along the near board, shouldered by Kempe. Puck behind the net. Patra gets hit by Spence. The puck had already gone. It was a late arm going up, but it did go up. Here's a chance in front for Brazo. Got turned around. Extra attacker on the delayed penalty. Pasternak. Hampus Lindholm to the left wing circle for Patra. Pivots away from Anderson. Brazo goes behind the net. To Pasternak in the right circle. Sweeps it all the way around to the near side. Waiting for it, Hampus Lindholm. Touched it along for Patra. Now Pasternak and tried to let it go for Brazo. Kopitar touches up, and interference is the call.
I got the words completely out of my mouth before the arm went up. It was a late call, but it was a definite interference.
So Jordan Spence will go to the box, and the Bruins will get their third power play of the game.
Yeah, with no argument. All right, so the Bruins power play. Now, we've seen LA's power play. It's been very good. It's been effective. And even though it doesn't go down as a power play goal, for all intents and purposes, it was. And then they continued the momentum with the second power play that they had, even though they didn't score. And now it's up to the Bruins to answer.
Off they face off. The puck comes to McAvoy at the blue line. Elias Lindholm will give it along for Zacha. Zacha sent one into the crease, and it was knocked out of there. And Kings get a clear, but it was touched with a high stick.
He slid to make sure that pass didn't get across, and then they knocked it out of the zone if it popped in the air.
Zacha will bring it back through the neutral ice here. Pass off to the right side for Marchand. And across the line, McAvoy, center of the blue line, to the left side for Pasternak, quickly across to the far side, and Marchand with a shot. Kemper makes the save. Still back in play. Around the near side it comes, just out of Pasternak's reach. And Trevor Moore will carry it through neutral ice, short-handed here. Stops inside the Boston zone, backhands it behind Swayman. And Marchand is there to play it. Minute 12 to go on the power play. Zacha, Pasternak, back to Zacha. Flips it off left side for Elias Lindholm. Pokes it to the back of the net. But Anderson will get a clear. And a race up ice as McAvoy trying to get back. Byfield couldn't get it to the front of the net. Instead, Marchand will bring the Bruins back. Here's Frederick going to the right circle, and Brazo just couldn't get that puck settled.
Good opportunity. The Kings were up the ice, so the Bruins had the odd man rush going back the other way. Frederick was able to get that puck to Brazo, but it didn't sit still for him. And he lost his balance before able to get a shot away.
Frederick gains the LA line. Off to the right side, Coyle. Hampus Lindholm has it along to Coyle along the boards. Geekie trying to find Frederick. That was blocked. Came back to Geekie. Pass for Frederick. Got through him. And Hampus Lindholm having to hold off Kempe as that puck came into the neutral zone. 9 to go on the power play. Hampus passes off to the right side for Geekie. Geekie backhands a pass to Lindholm of the blue line. On to the near side for Brazo from the face-off dot. Sent one in front. Knocked away. And Spence comes out of the box to even things up as we're under 6 minutes to go in the period. Geekie back in his own zone with the puck for the Bruins. Zadorov. Pass out to the red line for Kastelik. Beecher giving chase against Anderson in the LA zone. Kicked loose, and Beecher will get to it first. Puck on his backhand as he skates it toward the left wing circle. Angles it back to the point for Zadorov. His shot was redirected wide. Now Carlo throws one to the net from a tough angle, but gets it on goal. Anderson now at the back of the net. Beecher cut it off near side. Beecher skates it toward the back of the net himself. Tries to force it out in front. And a scramble for a puck in the blue paint. And Kemper is able to get it covered. Mikey Anderson laying on top of Kastelik as they were after that puck.
Trying to get to a loose puck there, yeah. The wraparound chance, and then everybody, Beecher tried the wraparound, and then Kastelik's trying to dig before Kemper can get that puck covered up.
5:16 to go in the second. Kings still lead it 1-0 here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means your business success is our business success. Own your skill, own your goals, own your credit union. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Service members, military families, and U.S. citizens overseas, there's still time to vote in this election. If you haven't received your regular ballot, vote with the backup ballot, the Federal Write-in Absentee Ballot, FWAB, promptly to ensure your voice is heard. Get started on the FWAB at fbap.gov/FWAB.
One of our ski season means it's Pulis boiler season. Now is the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Pulis boiler. Don't wait. Act now. Go to pulisboilers.com for a dealer near you. And remember, Pulis Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
That last Bruins power play brought to you by Bosch Tools, engineered for efficiency, comfort, and ease. Bosch Tools are built to keep workers going at full strength. Bosch Tools, what hard workers deserve. 5:16 to go, second period. It's the Kings 1, Bruins 0 here at TD Garden.
But some pressure by the Bruins. Take the puck to the net hard. That's that fourth line again, right? Beecher trying to get to the front of the net. Kaslik trying to get there. They're right back on the ice to start this shift.
Look around the near boards. It comes to Lorai waiting for it at the blue line. Kepke trying to get it to the front of the net. Instead, turned back, and now Kepke will sweep it around the boards to the far side. Kastelic shoulder to shoulder with Janot. Gets the better of that exchange. Puck glove to keep in by Peak. Now volleyed back out by L.A. Lorai inside Boston's zone. And Frederick from the red line will send it in. Kemper will send it around the far side. Lee touches it free for Turcotte. Lost it coming through neutral ice. Patra's got it right back in on the attack here for the Bruins. Spins it for Frederick in the far corner. Burrows stopped it behind the net. Chance out in front. Patra had that puck hit him in the skate, and the Kings will clear it. McAvoy on his horse with Turcotte bearing down on him. Sends behind the net. Dorov with the pass out to neutral ice. Brazo gains the attacking blue line. Patra moving in left circle. Leaves it off for the trailer. McAvoy a shot as Kemper got the glove on it, and a penalty coming up.
I think the rebounder going to call a holding penalty. Best save by Kemper here this game. And everybody's yelling for Patra to shoot that puck, but McAvoy, who got all the way back to start the little rush with the chip, he gets himself all the way back up the ice, and Patra, as he's moving from left to right, he's going to find the late guy coming in, and that's going to be McAvoy for the great opportunity. I don't think Clark's overly happy about this. That was supposed to be an offside, but everyone's yelling, shoot, and LA gets back. They have four guys back, but they over-pursue on Patra over on that left wing side, and that's what Patra can do. He's got the vision to find people coming late or someone going to the net. That time he elects to find McAvoy open and makes a nice pass to Charlie McAvoy coming late. And Kemper comes out, challenges, makes the good glove save, but then the holding penalty.
So face off to Kemper's right. Fourth power play of the game for Boston.
Yeah, sticking with the same unit right now. But definitely need a lot more out of them. They got some boos after the last power play.
Zaka ejected from the face-off circle, so Elias Lindholm will get in there, near circle to our left against Kopitar. Off the draw, here's Marchand with a quick shot. Saved, bouncing around in front. Couldn't get a second crack at it. Kempe.
He's going to call Zaka for an interference here on Kempe. Kempe was trying to break free and get up the ice.
They were side by side pursuing that puck.
Marchand asking the referee if Kempe dove, but we'll just say he didn't fight through it, but there was interference there. Kempe had a good head of steam, and after Marchand had the initial chance, right, the puck eventually gets moved up the left side, and Zaka's trying to match Kempe's speed. He got in there with the arm.
He did.
I think he went down fairly easily, but he got in there with the arm. You got to call that, and no real argument from. And Pavel Zaka's not a guy that usually argues anyhow, and no real argument from him.
So face off to the right of Jeremy Swayman here.
Marchand just said, maybe went down. Maybe call both, right?
Yep. So the Bruins got only 9 seconds out of that power play, and now 4-on-4 for 1:51 here, barring any other penalties. Kopitar had the puck in the offensive zone and skated it back out into the neutral ice, now being pursued by Elias Lindholm. Kopitar gives it up for Spence. Kings going from left to right here as Kempe from the red line passes over to Anderson. Spence at the center circle, lost the puck. Marchand taps it away from him, moves in left circle, shot, save made, rebound, score! Elias Lindholm with a slap shot, and the Bruins tie it at 1.
You kind of feel like starting to come, right? It getting a little bit better. It's been a little bit sloppy here at times for the Bruins, but this pass through the neutral zone, they don't handle it well, that the LA Kings don't. And this puck slips by in the neutral zone, and it's going to be Brad Marchand that jumps on it. He's able to chip it up the ice, get himself moving. He's going to get a shot from the left wing circle just above the dot, and Kemper comes out to challenge and does a nice job making the first save, but leaves a rebound out the other way, all the way out to the right wing dot. And there's Elias Lindholm following up with a slap shot, and before Kemper can get over to his left, beating him 5-hole. Gets set to his left, I should say, beating him 5-hole.
Here's Patra moving in toward the left circle, and his shot ramps up and out of play. So the Bruins score 4-on-4.
So it was really a nothing play in the neutral zone. Spence couldn't handle that puck, and it hops by his stick, and all of a sudden Marchand's off to the races. Anderson has to come over to play Marchand to angle him. And Kemper way out to make the initial save, but that rebound goes all the way out to the right wing circle. And before Kemper can move from right to left to get himself set for the second shot, Lindholm scores his second goal in as many games.
There's 1:04 left on the LA penalty. They would have 9 seconds of power play time after that. 2:56 to go here in the second period in a tie game. Brad Marchand gets the lone assist on that goal by Lindholm. Captain's second point of the season as Hampus Lindholm throws a shot in on goal here, and it's gloved by Kemper.
Fans, hockey season is the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until it's too late. You have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you, and remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
14 out of 15 saves made now on the day for Darcy Kemper. Jeremy Swayman has stopped 19 out of 20 at the other end.
Well, both goalies have been good. Swayman has had the more difficult of the chances because of the power play and the puck movement by the Kings when they've had the man advantage.
Gavrikov deals it for Edmondson in front of the LA net. Brought up the right side by Trevor Moore. He is the Kings' lone goal scorer on the day. Moore carries it all the way around to the far circle. Now deals it back to the blue line, and Gavrikov, bit of a misplay, forced out of the zone. Moore and Hampus Lindholm get tangled.
Interesting unit on the back end right now for the Bruins. I know it's 4-on-4, but you get Lohrei and Lindholm back. They're two lefties. Guys that haven't played together.
Hampus Lindholm got a piece of that puck, but couldn't grab possession. Gavrikov's centering feed was broken up, and Lohrei,
because of a lot of the penalties, Lohrei hasn't seen much ice time this period. You know, whether he doesn't kill the penalties, and he's not on power play number 2 right now. That's Hampus Lindholm.
Koepke working his way up the left wing side, got through Byfield around behind the net. First penalty over as Clark comes out of the box. Koepke helping to keep it free along the near boards.
He's got some energy, that kid.
He certainly does. Zadorov with a shot. That one blocked by Clark in front. And so now the penalty boxes are empty as Zacha is out. Vogel coming on from the bench, able to poke that one forward for LA, but the Bruins
close to too
sent
many
it right
men,
out.
but
Yeah.
they did it right.
Right as his skates hit the ice, he reached out with his stick, got a piece of that.
You can't play it if you're still on the bench.
Right. And it's 16 to go here in the period. As Vogel sent one in the direction of Byfield. Instead, LaFerriere with a shot. And that redirected up and over the net. LaFerriere, nearly a point-blank chance there in front of Swayman.
That was blocked by Elias Lindholm.
Zacha, near circle to Elias Lindholm, off the near boards and out. Geekie Gets it into the LA zone. We're under a minute to go in the period. Tied at 1. Gavrikov to LaFerriere. Volleyed back toward the Boston blue line. Peak got it out. Geekie had it briefly, but slapped off his stick by Edmondson. LA getting some changes on here with possession of the puck in their own zone. Kopitar with 30 to go in the period. Deals a pass toward the right side for Burrows, but out of his reach. Kastelik to Peak. And it got through Geekie, but he did get a piece of it, so no icing. Kemper will shoot it out from behind the Los Angeles net. Patro on the far boards, able to win possession. Lohrei, left point, fakes the shot, put it off the crossbar. Marchand just out of his reach behind the net.
That's a perfect example for Lohrei there. He's able to change the angle. He's got that little drag to the middle of the ice, and it's a wrist shot through some traffic. Somebody's coming out to try to block that. He just drags it to his right to change the angle and get that shot away right off the bar and out.
So we finish the second period with the Bruins and Kings tied up at 1. Trevor Moore for LA at 5:22. Elias Lindholm for Boston at 16:50 as we head toward the third period. And we'll be back to recap what we have seen so far on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Service members, military families, and U.S. citizens overseas, there's still time to vote in this election. If you haven't received your regular ballot, vote with the backup ballot, the Federal Write-In Absentee Ballot, FWAB, promptly to ensure your voice is heard. Get started on the FWAB at fvap.gov/FWAB.
Bridge Bank has the industry know-how to unlock the funding to fuel your company's momentum, milestone after milestone. For relationship banking built on trust, powered by the strength of Western Alliance Bank, connect with a banker today at bridgebank.com.
The games play here.
Here's Nieto. He'll scramble in, feeds in the high slot. Carlson sent it out in front. Nieto a shot, and that tip denied by Omar, who scrambled left to right. Jones with a reset, leans forward, takes the snap from Andrews, drops back, stands in, throws it, back shoulder Myers, catches the 45 near side, tackled by Sherman. Boy, they're going to work against the former All-Pro.
You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub. Stay tuned for more. 98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your local Nissan dealers. You deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store at nissanusa.com. And Dairy Queen. DQ fans, kick off your favorite game with a sauced and tossed chicken strip basket. Only at participating DQ locations. Happy taste good. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
Waiting for your electrical supplies during the day or sitting in traffic is for the birds. Use the GCE Night Train from Granite City Electric and get access to over $50 million in local inventory with a free guaranteed overnight delivery of your electrical supplies anywhere in New England. So avoid wasting time waiting in line and sitting in traffic. Order by 5 p.m. and you'll have your materials the next morning by 6 a.m. guaranteed. Visit GCEnighttrain.com to get on board the GCE Night Train today. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Get more out of your vacation with Norwegian Cruise Line, where you have more to see, more to do, and more to enjoy. Book today and get up to $1,000 off all cruises, plus unlimited open bar and more with Norwegian's all-new More at Sea package. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Offer ends soon. Norwegian Cruise Line. Ships registry the Bahamas and USA. Restrictions apply.
Country Ski and Sport in Hanson, Quincy, and Westwood has served the Boston area ski community for over 50 years. Discover Country Ski's seasonal junior lease program, where every child that leases with Country Ski receives a free season's pass to Saddleback Mountain. Book your lease appointment today at countryski.com.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
At the center circle, lost the puck. Marchand taps it away from him. Moves in left circle. Shot. Save made. Rebound. Score! Elias Lindholm with a slap shot. And the Bruins tie it at 1. At the lone Bruins goal so far, we are tied at 1 after 2 periods of play. Back alongside Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. And Brad Marchand, the lone assist on that goal by Lindholm. That assist is our delivery of the game, delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Electrical contractors, get on board the GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Just go to gcenighttrain.com to order. You mentioned it during the course of that second period, but, after a little bit of a slow start for the Bruins, you could feel it building as that period went on.
I mean, slow start in the first period for sure, just in terms of, you get too early power plays and you just don't do anything with them. And anything you're trying to build up, you're trying to get guys involved early in a game, and you kind of squander them because you squander the opportunities because, and it has a trickle down effect on your bench, I think, anyhow. I mean, and so Jim Montgomery's come back with that fourth line after power plays a couple of times, 3 times now. That fourth line has provided some energy. Even you go back to the shift where Beecher in the second period tried to wrap that puck around, and Kaslick's in there digging away, and all the Kings, there's 5 white jerseys around the front of the net, but you got guys banging away, and Kepi's had good energy when he's been out there here today. There's a little trust that has to be built up. You've got 2 new players in Beecher, and Beecher has to build some trust as well with Jim Montgomery. He was in and out of the lineup last year. He needs to build some trust in the way that he can play and the way that he can contribute. But I think Montgomery's seeing that line, the last game against Montreal, today here, getting some key shifts when they play. But now other guys have to follow suit. He's looking for energy from that line. He gets it, and all of a sudden the Bruins go on the attack. They draw another penalty. They go on the power play. Now that penalty gets negated on the interference call to Zacha, but they get a lift from Marchand. They get a nice break in the neutral zone where, Spence can't handle that puck. It kind of hops over his stick. Marchand jumps on it. McDonald has to come over to Mikey Anderson has to come over to try to get to Marchand as the shot's taken. And then Elias Lindholm following up on the other side. And, he's got points in all 3 games now for the Bruins, coming up a 3-point game against the Montreal Canadiens. They get a 4-on-4 goal, and then they continue. They're a crossbar away on the Lohrei shot at the end of the period to taking a 2-1 lead here going into the locker room. But their game has started to build, but no question it was a slow start. Sometimes something has to happen in a game to get your attention, right? And the Kings poured it on them. At least shots on goal and scoring attempts, and Jeremy Swayman did an outstanding job of keeping it just at that 1 goal. Doesn't go down as a power play goal, but the power play for Los Angeles was dominant. They zipped it around, got some good opportunities, got some good looks. Ferrier's had, 3-4 really good looks with the man advantage in that second period. He's been all around it. Kopitar found him from behind the net, point blank on a chance, and Swayman keeps him in it with just the 1 goal against, even though the Kings were really starting to push. And I think it got the Bruins' attention finally. All right, let's wake up here. Let's get ourselves moving. Let's get into this game. Otherwise, not for the goaltender, we're down a few.
Well, one of the big talking points coming out of the first 2 games is the D-zone coverage, particularly around the net. How have they been in that regard today?
Oh, yeah, they've been better. I mean, the chances for the Kings have come with the man advantage and a little sloppy play when the Bruins had the man advantage in the first period. But when LA's had the power play, they've zipped it around well. So that's an area today that, hasn't been quite where it needs to be. But the Kings have zipped it around really well. I think, you haven't seen a backdoor goal. I don't count that one as a backdoor goal. I mean, you're down 5-on-4. You get outnumbered down there. They're good bounce, and LA's able to chip it home. But they've been better in that area, but they've gotten a really good goaltending performance from Swayman. And more of it's been on the, other than the 5-on-4s, more of it's been on the outside. The 5-on-5 play, more of it's been on the outside. Not all of it, but more of it. I should mention the chance that McAvoy had that Kemper made a good save on. That was his first good save of the game, first really difficult save of the game. And it was a nice pass from Patra. It was basically a 4-on-4 coming up the ice. The Kings were back, but they overplayed on Patra, and he was able to find McAvoy right in the middle. Kemper makes a good save there. But that was part of the whole sequence that really started to get the Bruins in a rhythm offensively. And they needed some energy from the lower lines, which they got in order to do it.
And McAvoy continues to be active at the offensive end. He's had goals in each of the first 2 games this season to go along with an assist and a goal on Tuesday night. So it is a 1-1 game at the end of 2 periods here at TD Garden. Again, the goal scorers, Trevor Moore for Los Angeles, his first of the year. Elias Lindholm for Boston with his second of the season, that have us even after 2. Our music of the game is brought to you by Live Nation. Coldplay Live 2025 Music of the Spheres World Tour is live at Gillette Stadium on July 15th, and due to phenomenal demand, a second show has been added on July 16th. Get your tickets now at livenation.com. We'll take a quick look around the NHL out-of-town scoreboard when we come back on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means when the community thrives, we thrive. Let's make your goals a reality. Own your mission. Own your credit union. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Americans, there's still time to ensure your voice is heard in this election from wherever you are. If you have a ballot, send it back now. If you won't receive your regular ballot in time to send it back before the election, get a backup ballot or the FWAB and send it in to vote. The Federal Write-in Absentee Ballot, FWAB, can be used as a backup ballot by service members, eligible military dependents, and U.S. citizens overseas who requested an absentee ballot but didn't receive it on time to return it by the state deadline. Get started on the FWAB at fvap.gov/FWAB.
The Sports Hub is home to your favorite teams, the New England Patriots, the Boston Bruins, and the Boston Celtics. Hear every game home and away right here, and get all the latest news from the front office, the locker room, and more. Tune in, on air, online, or on the Sports Hub app. Download it today. One of our Sports Hub hosts will be with you shortly. Thanks for listening. When life throws unexpected injuries your way, you need a team that truly understands what you're going through. Turn to Catches Law, the official law firm of the New England Patriots, to tackle your needs. With local attorneys who live and serve right here, Catches Law has been fighting for their neighbors since 1986, winning over $2 billion for their clients. Let Catches Law go to work for you. Remember, there's no fee unless you win. Visit catcheslaw.com to schedule your free consultation today.
To succeed in business today, you need up-to-the-minute skills. At Northeastern University's DeMoore McKim School of Business, we're not just keeping pace with the future, we're defining it. You'll gain business strategy expertise, leveraging AI, data, and technology. Through transformative experiences, you'll prepare to lead with impact. Apply by October 24th to start in January or September. Get started today at northeastern.edu/apply-for-business.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
Back here between periods, and there are 12 games on the NHL schedule tonight. There was supposed to be 13 more games, but the Tampa Bay Lightning had their game against Carolina canceled because of Hurricane Milton. But there are plenty of other teams in action tonight, including the Florida Panthers, coming off a loss the other night against Ottawa. They are in Buffalo to take on the Sabres, who are off to an 0-3 start. The Toronto Maple Leafs will host Pittsburgh tonight. That's a 7 o'clock start. Both of those teams are 1-1 on the young season. Ottawa, with that victory under their belt, will visit the Montreal Canadiens tonight. The Nashville Predators are in Detroit to take on the Red Wings. Both of those teams out to an 0-1 start. The Utah Hockey Club, 2-0 to start the season. They're on the road to take on the Rangers tonight, who won their opener. The Capitals play their first game of their schedule tonight as they take on the New Jersey Devils starting at 7 o'clock. It's the Islanders and the Dallas Stars in action tonight in Big D at 8 p.m. Also at 8 p.m. tonight, the Minnesota Wild will host the Seattle Kraken. Wild looking for their second straight win to start the season. And then some later games at 9 o'clock, Columbus at Colorado. At 10 o'clock, it's the Calgary Flames hosting the Philadelphia Flyers. Chicago's in Edmonton tonight, and the Anaheim Ducks and San Jose Sharks will match up this evening as well. We'll be back on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Sometimes your phone breaks. Ugh. Dude. What the? Oh, seriously? Hey, life happens. But at Verizon in the Providence area, we got you. Trade in any phone from one of our top brands in any condition, guaranteed. And get a great deal on one of our best 5G phones with Unlimited Ultimate. And turn
No!
into, oh, yeah! Visit a Providence area Verizon store today.
With the cost of everything going up today, wouldn't it be nice to save money, especially on your insurance? And if it was easy to do? At Hub International New England, they're making it simple to protect your family, home, and more. With one call to their new number, 833-GO-CALL-HUB. Easy, right? 833-GO-CALL-HUB. Hub is the largest insurance broker in New England and offers the widest possible range of options in personal insurance from the best companies like Safety Insurance. Save money and time by calling 833-GO-CALL-HUB. Hub International New England. They take insurance personally. Learn more at GoCallHub.com. That's GoCallHub.com.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game so you can catch all the action live. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/NHL. Hey DQ fans, get any party started with a classic DQ fudge and crunch cake or blizzard treat cake. Available in multiple sizes and designs for any occasion at participating DQ locations. Happy tastes good.
Get the official NHL app to watch, read, and listen to all the deeks.
All I can say is absolutely wow.
All the sauce. All the saves. All the hits. All the snipes. All the sellies. All the hockey. If it's hockey, it's here. Listen to every NHL game for free, now with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Download the official NHL app now.
While you can't turn back the clock, you can shape the future of your skin in just 7 days with Clarins' new Double Serum. With 22 plants and 5 molecules, this high-tech dual formula fights both natural signs of aging and environmental aggressors. Minimize pores and fine lines and get firmer, smoother, glowing skin with Clarins Double Serum. Go to clarins.com/sound and get Double Serum for 10% off a free 8-piece gift plus free shipping on your first order. That's clarins.com/sound with promo code SOUND.
The Nissan Rogue with available Google built-in helps you make the most of your drive. Take care of the small stuff, like,
Hey Google, cool down my car.
and
Hey Google, turn on the dog feeder.
or change up your adventure.
Hey Google, navigate me to the nearest music venue.
Handle your drive like a pro.
Experience the ultimate connection in the new 2024 Nissan Rogue. Now get a low $289 per month lease for 36 months on Rogue. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. Not equipped on all vehicles. Requires compatible device. Sequences shortened and simulated. Activation of Nissan Connect services package required. Only use features when safe and legal to do so. Data rates may apply. Subject to third-party service availability. Google, Google Play, and Google Maps are trademarks of Google LLC. Well-qualified lessees. 2024 Rogue S all-wheel drive. $47.79 initial payment excludes tax, title, and license. Disposition fee due at lease end. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. Ends 11/4/24.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub. This is a black and gold flashback.
And a wrist shot, score! Phil Kessel let it go from the left wing circle, and he beats Bernier. Top of the right circle, Bergeron. Into the left circle to Savard with some room. Feeds it in front, score! Phil Kessel, back door at the right post. Top of the right circle to Savard. Wrist shot, bad save made. Rebound, score! Phil Kessel on the doorstep. His first career NHL hat trick. And it's 5-3 Bruins.
Taking you back to October the 12th, 2007 with those highlights. Mark Savard had a goal and 4 assists. Phil Kessel, his first NHL hat trick, added an assist as well. And Milan Lucic with his first NHL goal en route to a Gordie Howe hat trick. Boston defeated, coincidentally, these LA Kings by a count of 8-6. Well, it is 1-1 here this afternoon as the Bruins and the LA Kings get ready to start the third period. The lone goal of the game for Boston, Elias Lindholm, his second of the season from Brad Marchand at 16:50. And with that helper from Marchand. That feed, I should say. The Shaws and Star Market Foundation donates another $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about feeding the puck for families at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. Shots on goal through 2 periods are 21-16 in favor of the Kings. They had a 13-10 advantage in the second period. Bruins have had 4 power plays to the Kings 3. Neither team officially has a power play goal in this one. Bruins scored their goal in 4-on-4.
Yeah, not officially, but the Kings, for all intents and purposes, that's a power play goal. Zadorov literally might have only had 1 foot out the door when that puck went in.
Boston will go from left to right offensively here in the third period. They'll start with the Kastelic, Beecher, Koepke line once again as the Kings drive one in and around behind Jeremy Swayman right off the bat. Reversed around to the far side. Koepke waiting for it. He'll start it out of the zone. Pass off the skate of Kastelic. LA's got it back. Fiala walks across the Boston blue line. Centering pass, and Fogle, one-timer, sticked away by Swayman.
Yeah, so we've given the fourth line credit here today, and rightfully so, but that one pass right there leads to a 3-on-2 for the Kings and a good chance from the middle of the ice. So, you know, as aggressive as you want to be, and it's a good thing, you want to bring that energy, but you also have to make sure that you're back in good position.
He'll get whistled for icing here as Hampus Lindholm's pass did not connect with Koepke coming out of the zone.
Yeah, thought he might have got a piece of it out there. Just complaining it should not have been icing, but they do call it. That was Fogle, I believe, with that opportunity right in the middle there.
Yep. Face-off win by Kastelic. Hampus Lindholm goes behind the net with it. Put up the left side by Beecher and went into the bench and back out. So they'll have the face-off just outside the Boston blue line.
Okay, so Beecher has that puck there, and he just kind of throws it in the bench. Did he do it intentionally?
You talking about the Marchand call the other night? Yeah.
I am. Because, you know, in hearing the referees do have discretion, obviously, because they made the call. They have the discretion to make that call. When it's in your own zone, it's black and white. You shoot it over the glass or anywhere over the glass, it's an automatic penalty. But they have discretion to call it in other areas of the ice. Listen, you're on an icing. The puck goes out of play. You're trying to get off the ice. You can't get to the red line, so just throw it in the bench. But I was trying to go off the boards.
Right.
But you know what I mean? So, I mean, we both think that Marchand was just, I don't know what he was thinking, but that he just threw it into the netting intentionally. He said no. He said, how do they know what I'm trying to do?
Well, that's kind of the point, right? You don't know what he was thinking. I don't know what he was thinking. The referees don't know what he was, and the linesmen don't know what he was thinking.
They use their discretion to make that call.
Bunked up in here behind Swayman. Plays it along for Zadorov. Pass up the far wing. Did not connect with Zaka. Left the zone. Dumped back in by Brant Clark here for the Kings. McAvoy takes a hit from Jeannot. Puck moves toward the far circle.
A little ugly coming out of the zone right now for the Bruins.
Pasternak couldn't find the handle. Now it'll be Zadorov to bank it off the near boards and out. Tossed right back in by Edmondson.
All that kind of momentum that they had towards the end of the second period over the first 2 minutes of this period, or minute and a half anyhow. Having trouble moving up the ice.
Zadorov, errant pass coming out of the zone, turned over in the neutral ice. Ferrier skates it toward the left wing circle. Behind the net, Zadorov gets it back, sends it for Zaka far side. Puck locked up over there. Pulled free by LaFerriere. Takes a hit from McAvoy as he tried to work his way to the front of the net. McAvoy gets it to Zaka. One hands it out of the zone. Bruins will get some changes on here as Gavrikov finds Kopitar down the left wing circle. Goes in behind the net. Sends it back to Burrows, a one-timer blocked by a sliding coil. Puck in front of the Boston bench. Zadorov made it back.
Able to get off. He got off to the bench there, and Lohrei hopped out. That was an ugly shift right there for all involved.
Marchand takes one away on the far side boards and tried to backhand it back toward the blue line, but out of Lohrai's reach. Lohrei comes back into his own zone after it. Just over 2.5 gone by here in the third period, tied at 1. Lohrei backhands it along for Frederick from the left wing side. Drives it in. Kemper stops it behind the net. Around the near boards it comes and gets through everyone and back into Boston territory. Lohrei first to it. Turcotte putting the pressure on him as he pivots back behind his own net. Now
it's a confident play, but a little dangerous. He had an option. Lohrei did just go with the reverse initially.
Pass along the right wing boards. Patra and at the hash marks along with Frederick. Fiala got it to the blue line, but not out. Carlo over to Hampus Lindholm. Drags it into open space and shoots up over the net.
Right idea, though. Change that angle. Get himself to a good shooting spot.
Ogle, pass out of the reach of Fiala. Hampus Lindholm takes it back over. 3.5 gone by in the period. Hampus going to bring it all the way up through center ice, and the puck got away from him near the blue line, but here's Koepke with a drive, and that one wide to the short side. Ricochets all the way back out to neutral ice. Loose puck near the Boston blue line. Comes free to Clark along the right side. He'll carry in behind the Boston net. Goes down as Carlo went for a stick check, and he'll go for tripping.
Yeah, he went for a poke check that time. Carlo did. Ended up getting a skate.
So it's 16:08 to go here in the third period in a tie game. Los Angeles will go to the power play. It will be officially their fourth of the game. Bruins will bring out Coyle and Beecher, McAvoy and Zadorov on the four-man penalty killing unit. Face-off will be to Swayman's right, near circle for us. Off the draw, Kempe with a one-timer. Beecher sliding out to block that, and it goes up and over the glass far side.
Beecher's had a couple good blocks today. It's another good example right off that face-off.
So they'll do it again, same circle, near side. Pulled toward the wall, reaching out to keep it alive is Kempe. Clark to Kopitar in the corner. Laferriere from the shot from the near circle.
He tried to get Swayman. Tried to get Swayman off the short side post by looking at Kempe like he was going to make that pass into the right wing circle and then try to go short side.
Kopitar out near the red line. Finds Kempe cutting through the center circle. Steps in across the Boston line. Chased by Coyle. Deals it back for Clark. Took a look at Kopitar, instead gave it to Fiala. Fiala, center of the blue line. Shot blocked by Beecher. Fiala's second effort got through, and Swayman made the save. Back of the net, Kopitar. Backhands it along for Fiala near side. Slipping away from Beecher, but Zadorov right there. Takes that puck, got it to McAvoy, and cleared all the way down to Kemper.
By Zadorov up there, helping McAvoy, his partner, as that puck came out of the left wing corner.
Halfway through this minor penalty to Carlo. Closing in on 5 minutes gone here in the third period. Tie game. LA gets set up on the power play. Deneau, top of the left circle. Sends it over far side, and a shot attempt by Turcotte went flipping up into the air. Deneau, nice job to glove that down and keep it in. Spence walks along the blue line. Sends in front for Byfield. Forced away from the net, and then a pass intended for Deneau ends up out in the neutral ice. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Deneau, cross ice dump in. Lohrei, first to it. Leaves it in the corner for Kastelik, and Kastelik backhands a floater all the way down ice.
That's a smart reverse right there. Lohrei knows he's got support from Kastelik down low. Make it look like you're going to try to get around the net. Reverse it back for Kastelik, and Kastelik gets a lot on that backhand.
Deneau to Byfield, and he gets a shot in from tight on Swayman. Jeremy squeezes that puck with 6 seconds left in the LA power play.
Swayman was alert. That attempted pass right across the top of the goal mouth. He was able to get the stick on it or blocker on it to get it out of harm's way.
Face off to Swayman's right once again. 14-13 to go. Tied at 1. 6 seconds left on the Carlo penalty. Face off won by the Bruins. Elias Lindholm, Peak, Lohrei, and all the way down it goes again. That will kill off the remainder of the penalty. Carlo will sprint across to the bench. Placed by David Pasternak as Gavrikov gets it to Lee, just inside the Boston blue line. The shot by Lewis went up and over the net. Pasternak on the near boards. Lindholm helps it forward and down behind Kemper, who strays out of the net to play it. Edmondson. Really lost it in the far circle, and now they do lose it as Pasternak helps to take it away. Backhands along the end boards for Zacha, kicking it toward his stick, and now kicking it on to Elias Lindholm. Throws one toward the net. Redirected up and over. Near side boards Peak pinching in up against Lee. Kings get it out. Pasternak sends it right back in, trying to spring Patra in behind the defense. Patra keeps it moving. He's got Pasternak, who got pulled off of the puck. Now Carlo out near the blue line with a shot into traffic in front. Loose puck right on the doorstep. Patra nearly had a chance. Now Carlo back at the blue line. Right wing circle, Hampus Lindholm. Back to Carlo, one-timer, and a glove stop by Kemper sliding out to the top of his crease. 12:56 to go here in regulation. The Bruins and the Kings are tied at 1 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie, and one thing I've learned is that you buy a house, but you make it a home. Because with every fix, update, and renovation, it becomes a little more your own. So you need all your jobs done well. For nearly 30 years, Angie has helped millions of homeowners hire skilled pros for the projects that matter. From plumbing to electrical, roof repair to deck upgrades. So leave it to the pros who will get your jobs done well. Hire high-quality certified pros at Angie.com.
At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means when the community thrives, we thrive. Let's make your goals a reality. Own your mission. Own your credit union. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
What makes Contour Next diabetes test strips next level? A few reasons. They're the #1 over-the-counter brand. Next, they give you highly accurate results in seconds. Next, they're more affordable than many insurance copays. Next, they're doctor recommended. And they work with all Contour Next meters. Next level diabetes testing? That's over-the-counter Contour Next test strips. Wahoo! Use with our Contour Next Gen meter.
Felger and Naz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
This is Boston's most listened to sports station. Boston's home for sports. 98.5 Sports Hub. His leading group station.
Along with Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. 12:56 to go here in the third period. The Bruins and the Los Angeles Kings tied up at 1 in this matinee here at TD Garden. We'll be right back here on Monday afternoon as the Florida Panthers come to town. Another 1 o'clock start. Or the Bruins hit the road for 3 straight. Kings will come out of their zone here as Burrows takes a hit from Frederick, but clears it in behind Swayman. Right back out. Pasternak redirects a pass into the neutral ice. Hampus Lindholm rolled away from him, but able to keep it away from Kopitar.
Yeah,
now he's got Frederick on the right side.
Double shift here for Pasternak, trying to get something going offensively for him.
Lindholm with a drive from the far side of the blue line. Through some traffic, takes another one. Kemper got that one cleanly with a stick.
Brazo on the bench is Pasternak out here with Frederick and Patra.
Frederick to Carlo. His shot, a riser, went up and over the net. Pasternak on the far boards battling with Kopitar, who backhands it across ice into open space. Slapped ahead by Anderson. And Hampus Lindholm back to get it for Boston. 12 minutes even to play. Hampus Lindholm's pass looking for Marchand. Byfield cut in the way of that. Lindholm regains. Coyle taps it for Marchand. Steps in across the LA line. Stops along the far boards. Sends a forehand pass to Coyle in a corner. Stumbled against Edmondson, who is able to lift it back out of the zone. Zadorov finding Coyle, cutting back toward that blue line, and Marchand will play it in behind Kemper. Edmondson looking to play it away from his netminder. Coyle came sliding into him. Zadorov chasing a free puck back into the Boston zone. McAvoy, quick pass ahead for Geeky. Gavrikov stopped the centering feed. Will drop it back into his own zone, and Burrows chased by Beecher. Gano. Long pass to the Boston blue line. Moore deflected that. He and Lorai come together. Lorai hit the deck. On the near boards, it's back to Gavrikov to the far point for Burrows. Now Dano forced out of the zone by Koepke. And Kastelik will play it into the LA zone, then get behind Burrows to get to that loose puck. Peak. Shot attempt. Hit Koepke. He scrambles to the loose puck, and as he fell, backhanded it into the corner. Or able to tip it out of the zone. Gathered in near the red line by Hampus Lindholm. Can't find anyone near the blue line, and the Bruins circle back after it with Carlo. Pasternak will carry ahead. Pasternak across the line, right wing circle. He was looking across ice for Zacha, and it was redirected, came in behind him. Kings will send back toward the Boston end. Swayman stops it at the back of the net. Hampus Lindholm's pass, Pasternak didn't know it was coming, and it ends up going just.
It went off the side of the net.
Yeah.
Fans think that Kemper made contact with it, but he did not. You know, that's one of the first times we've seen Pasternak in open ice here this afternoon, right? He really got this puck on the right wing side. He's able to get some speed generated coming up the right wing, make a nice move, and then he's looking for Zacha going to the net. Just really have not seen that at all today.
Byfield beat Elias Lindholm on the face-off. Edmondson over to Clark, far side. His shot blocked by Carlo. Elias Lindholm starts it out. 3-on-3 coming through neutral ice. They gain the attacking blue line, but not very far before puck taken away. Byfield to Fiala. Patra just coming on. Got a stick on that pass in the neutral ice. Vogel. They'll send one softly in towards Swayman, who just paddles it aside for Zadorov. Brazo got it back from Zacha. Turned over in the neutral ice again here. Fiala dropped it back. Now it's Clark just inside the Boston blue line. He'll send it a little deeper and then head off as part of a Kings change. Trying to get a pass to Brazo. Did not connect, but no icing as the puck deep in LA territory here. Frederick in there deep along with Patra. Patra able to take that puck. Sends off the near boards. It's bouncing. Pete couldn't keep it alive, but gets some help as Frederick comes back to keep Turcotte away.
Yeah, it didn't get back to him cleanly. Actually hopped a little bit on him.
Frederick will start it out. Pass off the backhand of the stick of Hampus Lindholm. Lee to Turcotte. Lifted into the Boston end. Both teams getting some changes on as Peak goes crashing into the corner. Puck is underneath. I believe that's Trevor Lewis who's down on the ice. Now it's free, and Hampus brings behind the net to the far side. Marchand picking up steam as he goes up the left wing side. Play the puck down the wall, and then both he and Burrows hit the deck. 8:18 to go. Tie game. Marchand gets tripped up. No call. Kings get it out. This is Trevor Moore just inside the Boston line. He gets sandwiched between Zadorov and Geekie. Edmondson from the near side of the blue line shot one through the slot untouched. Now here's Clark with a drive. That's redirected by Jeannot and Watt. Jeannot, but not behind the net. Forced it out in front. It banked off of Geekie. He'll come back to Jeannot in the right wing corner as he's hit and held by Zadorov. Stepping in for a chance was Trevor Moore, but Swayman grabs that one and hangs on.
Jeannot with a right cross to Zadorov.
Zadorov gave him a little left in return, and the official is talking to Zadorov about that. So we've got 7:41 to play in a tie game. 1-1 our score on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Listen carefully. Can you hear the rhythm in the markets? Not just in the syncopations triggered by inflation, but in the preludes leading to global elections, in the dissonance that moves the Nikkei, and the rising chorus conducted by AI. There's music in the markets, and if you want to learn to listen for it, we'll show you how. Learn more at Bloomberg.com.
At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means your business success is our business success. Own your skill, own your goals, own your credit union. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Service members, military families, and U.S. citizens overseas, there's still time to vote in this election. If you haven't received your regular ballot, vote with the backup ballot, the Federal Write-in Absentee Ballot, FWAB, promptly to ensure your voice is heard. Get started on the FWAB at fvap.gov/FWAB.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Fans, hockey season is the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. And remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
7:41 left here in the third period. We are tied up at 1. Each team with a goal in the second period. Trevor Moore from Philip Deneau and Quentin Byfield. And then about 11 minutes later, Elias Lindholm on a 4-on-4 scores, rebounding a Brad Marchand shot.
I'll tell you what, I mean, the Bruins should absolutely be on the power play. Remember the penalty that McAvoy got in the second period where he stepped up and got Byfield, kind of stuck out his leg?
Here's a drive by Spence. That's blocked by a sliding Castellic.
Well, Tanner Jeannot just did the exact same thing to Brad Marchand and got nothing. Pretty obvious.
18,000 plus officials had their arms up in the air, but not the two that count.
And, you know, I get it. Sometimes you're going to see him, sometimes you're going to miss him, but that one was pretty obvious.
Beecher gets it in behind the LA net. Comes back around toward the near side circle.
It was a little different in the sense that, you know, Jeannot wasn't moving forward or anything, but Marchand was about to get that puck and he stuck out his right leg.
Spence gets it deep into Boston territory now. Carlo backhands it along for Hampus Lindholm.
A few feet there. He's at the end of his shift. That was Kepi getting in the neutral zone.
Fogel receives a pass just inside the Boston blue line. Fires one up over Swayman's head. Byfield gloves it out of the air, drops it onto his stick, but a pass for Burrows ends up outside the zone and then ends up back in offside. So 6:43 left in a tie game.
It's been I think it's been a well officiated game here this afternoon, but I think I don't want to go too deep with it, but they missed that the Jeannot trip.
Yep. A face-off here at center ice is they decided that should not have been an offside, so they'll just drop it on the center dot. Bruins control it off the face-off. Pasternak trying to get it deep, and the puck redirected up and out of play.
Making sure everybody's okay down there. That's you don't normally get a puck that goes right there. It's almost the first row, but it came at such a sharp angle. You can't really see if you're sitting right there. You can't really see what's coming at you. You don't know where that puck is there. I mean, a couple of the Kings, the LA Kings, went over there to see if they were all right.
Face-off just outside the LA blue line here. Lindholm against Byfield. Kings will control this one. 6.5 to play. Tie game. Gavrikov kicks one onto his stick. Gains the attacking blue line. Behind the net. Zadorov has it back for Boston. Zacha sends up the left side. Pasternak chopped the stick out of the hands of Kyle Burrows as they chase that puck in the LA zone, and Paster's going to get called for a slash here.
Burrows was just about to reach for the puck, and Pasternak gave him a little whack to try to, just knock his stick out of the way so that he could get to the puck first, but he ends up knocking the stick out of Burrows' hands.
So it's 6:16 to go. LA with a power play and a chance of the lead. It'll be their 5th man advantage of the night.
Yeah, so we talked about that call a lot. If a guy's stick gets broken in two, it's almost always called unless the referee just doesn't see it.
Right.
Some people would say hold on to your stick in that situation a little bit better. It's not broken, it just knocks out his hands. But it's a slashing motion.
Fiala.
And I can see why that's called.
Yeah. Around to the far side for Kempe. Clark at the blue line, on to Fiala, stepping into the left circle. Shot, kick saved by Swayman. And the rebound will be cleared all the way down ice by Beecher. Swayman had LaFerriere right in front of him. And
I think they knocked him. I think it was Lindholm that kind of knocked him into him.
Kings starting from their own zone. 90 seconds to go on their power play. Kempe for LaFerriere, far side. Takeaway by Elias Lindholm. He and Marchand start forward, shorthanded. Dropped off for Marchand. Marchand goes to the right circle. Backhands one toward the slot. And Elias Lindholm being held away from it. Kings able to dodge the shorthanded chance.
He was covered by Clark. Marchand made a nice move, cutting from left to right. Tried to slide that pass on the backhand over to Lindholm on the other side. And Clark had him tied up.
McAvoy on the near side of the Boston zone. Knocks it away from Kopitar. Here's Marchand up the right side with Coyle coming down the middle. But pass picked off by Clark. 50 seconds to go on the Pasternak penalty.
Fans thought Marchand got tripped up again there.
5 minutes to play. Tie game. Byfield brings into the Boston zone. Right side Turcotte. Deno sent it back to the blue line for Jordan Spence. Puck came free to McAvoy, but couldn't get it cleared. Deno centering pass coming on late was Moore, and Swayman made a nice stop.
That's a great read by Swayman. That's a long pass. He's got to move from left to right and anticipate that he's got backdoor and get over to make that save on the short side.
Deno to Byfield down the right circle. Around it comes. 10 seconds left on the power play for Los Angeles. Beecher's got a chance to clear, and he does. All the way down to Kemper. So LA now 0 for 5 on the power play as Pasternak comes out. We've got 4:14 left in regulation in the 1-1 game. Brent Frederick in the neutral ice. Able to fight through Deno's check. Gavrikov took away a pass across the ice. Peak had his pass. Missed Patra, and that's going to be an icing against Boston.
Pretty effective penalty kill. One good chance there for the back door that Swayman had to get across on, but pretty effective penalty kill by the Bruins. He reads that so well. Get a look at the replay right now. Swayman, just the anticipation and then getting all the way over.
Face off one by the Kings. Got off a quick shot. A second shot by Edmondson in and out of Swayman's glove. Frederick will take it up the right side to the red line. Got a hit from Edmondson, but got it deep into Los Angeles territory. Pasternak giving chase on the far side, but it'll be cleared out for Kempe. On the center circle. He lifts it into the right wing corner. Lorai brought it near side for Peak. Lobbed high into the air. Burrows looking to settle it under attack by Geekie. And the Bruins will keep it into the LA zone. Kastelik centering pass looking for Koepke. But broken up and out to the red line where Peak drives it right back in. 3:12 to play here in regulation. Kastelik in the far corner against Burrows as they spin around off of each other. Geekie putting pressure on back of the net.
Penalty coming up here for probably a holding the stick.
Geekie's stick ended up on the ice.
Yeah, that was kind of predictable on this one, but.
So with 3:03 to go in a tie game, Bruins will get a power play as Byfield heads to the box. We'll be back with the rest of regulation next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V. It's your local Honda dealer.
Sometimes your phone breaks.
Ugh.
Dude.
What the?
Oh, seriously? Hey, life happens. But at Verizon in the Providence area, we got you. Trade in any phone from one of our top brands in any condition, guaranteed. And get a great deal on one of our best 5G phones with unlimited ultimate. And turn...
No!
Into... Oh, yeah! Visit a Providence area Verizon store today.
At your job, do you ever have to deal with a nose roller? How about a snub pulley? Well, if you're installing a new conveyor belt system, dealing with the different components can sound like you're speaking a foreign language. Luckily, you've got a team ready to help. Grainger's technical product specialists are fluent in maintenance, repair, and operations. So whenever you want to talk shop, just reach out. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Most tax pros leave a message.
It's Jane. I'm moving on to a TurboTax expert who beat your price. Adam Devine, tell him how I feel.
Hey, tax pro, she's been thinking twice. Best believe TurboTax will beat your price. This is a tax break.
Switch to a TurboTax Live expert and we'll beat what you paid your pro last tax season. Make the switch at TurboTax.com/beatyourprice. TurboTax full service only. Sign up by 12/20/2024 and file by 4/1/2025. Full details at TurboTax.com/beatyourprice.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5thesportshub.com.
3:03 to go in regulation. Tied at 1. Bruins to the power play as Quentin Byfield goes to the box. They will attack in the end down to our right. Elias Lindholm stands in on the face-off against Deno. Wins it. McAvoy brings it along the right wing circle. Centering pass went off the stick of Kemper and up over the glass far corner.
It's a good battle there by Elias Lindholm off this face-off. He's going to get some help from his wingers coming in, but he's going to keep that puck alive. He's done a lot of good things here today. And a lot of good things since he's been here, right? And points in all 3 games. Another face-off win.
McAvoy gets it from Marchand. Moves it along the blue line. McAvoy pivots. Backhands it along the far boards. It's picked off by Trevor Moore. Moore short-handed rush up the right wing side. Marchand back to help out McAvoy. Forced in behind the net was Moore. And McAvoy will deal it up ice. Elias Lindholm, right side for Pasternak. Drops it off for McAvoy inside the blue line. Zaka to the back of the net for Pasternak. Turns with it. Backhands it along for Marchand to the right circle. McAvoy, center blue line. Looks off left side. Pasternak with the wrist shot. And Kemper made the save. Minute 12 to go on the power play. 2:13 left in regulation. As the puck comes near side, McAvoy and Marchand keep it deep. Around to the far side, Elias Lindholm shielding the puck with his body. Pasternak handed off for Zaka, trying to get it across to Marchand to the right circle, but it's blocked and cleared. Pasternak will bring it right back into the attack here with 50 to go on the power play. The defenseman Anderson lost his stick. He'll be able to get it back as the Kings clear the puck. Hampus Lindholm comes back to get it from Swayman. Minute 40 to go, 37 to go on the power play. Coyle from the red line. Sends it in deep, all the way around to the far side. Back in behind the net it comes with Burrows. He lost it to the near corner for Patra. Patra, as he went down, tried to center one, but taken away. Kopitar and Kempe coming forward shorthanded. Kempe's shot goes well wide of the net. Geekie gets the long rebound off the boards, brings it up into the LA zone. Right side, here's Patra moving down the circle, goes in behind the net, sends it off for Hampus Lindholm, a drive into traffic in front as Coyle providing the screen. Hampus Lindholm to Geekie, right circle, shot blocked by Kopitar. They battle for the puck. We hit a minute to go. Byfield's out of the box. Teams are at full strength. Tie game. Chance in front for Geekie trying to redirect a pass from Frederick. And the Kings will get it cleared here with Byfield just chopping it toward the Boston zone.
Yeah, Patra wasn't on the first couple of power plays the Bruins had, but on that second unit that time.
McAvoy carrying through traffic. Tried to feather one for Kastelik coming down the left circle. It'll be brought back for Zadorov near side of the blue line. He shot as Kastelik looked to redirect that one in front. 28 seconds left here in regulation. Puck is lifted up and out of the zone. It'll be settled by Zadorov. Kepke tried to backhand it deep. It was blocked just inside the line.
Good work by Beecher to get that puck back. Looked like the Kings were going to run a rush the other way.
Barlow with 10 to go. Your side pass directed away from Kastelik. It'll be sent back in deep here by Los Angeles. And that'll bring us to the end of regulation. So we will play on here at TD Garden with the Bruins and the LA Kings tied up at 1. We'll have overtime next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means when the community thrives, we thrive. Let's make your goals a reality. Own your mission. Own your credit union. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
What makes Contour Next diabetes test strips next level? A few reasons. They're the #1 over-the-counter brand. Next, they give you highly accurate results in seconds. Next, they're more affordable than many insurance copays. Next, they're doctor recommended. And they work with all Contour Next meters. Next level diabetes testing, that's over-the-counter Contour Next test strips. Wahoo! Use with our Contour Next Gen meter.
The games play here.
Right for Pasternak. Steers it to the left corner. Krejci's got it. Right circle, Pasternak fires, he scores! David Pasternak! Jones under center, a give to Stevenson, runs it through the right side. Go! Goal, bounces outside 20, goodbye, to the 10, to the 5, end zone bound! Patriots take the lead! Touchdown, New England!
Bang, bang, 2!
You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub. Stay tuned for more.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
For the first time this season, we're headed to overtime. Bruins and the Los Angeles Kings tied at 1. Both of the goals coming back in the second period. Trevor Moore for Los Angeles from Danault and Byfield at 5:22. And then on a 4-on-4, Elias Lindholm with his second of the year from Marchand at 16:50. Shots in the third period were 9-7 in favor of Los Angeles. The Kings have a 30-23 advantage in the game. 29 saves for Jeremy Swayman, 22 for Darcy Kemper. Both have been solid today.
I think the more difficult saves were on Jeremy Swayman's side of things, at least to this point. He's been strong in this game. He had to be, especially in that second period, where the Bruins were still trying to find it.
So as we get started here for the 3-on-3 overtime, it'll be Elias Lindholm to take the draw. He and Zaka with Charlie McAvoy, the three-man unit for the Bruins. Clark will bring L.A. onto the attack first here. Hands off for Fiala from the right circle. Got in tight with a backhand. Save made by Swayman. And the Bruins go the other way with a rebound. McAvoy, near side boards, feeds it past Clark. Fiala gets his body in front of it against Zaka. Brings out from behind the LA net to the near side. Clark knocked off his stride. McAvoy's got it. 2-on-1 with Zaka. McAvoy to the right circle. In front for Zaka. Point blank save made by Kemper. Fiala sends the outlet to Byfield up the right side. Byfield moves his way down the right circle, and Swayman makes a stop from point blank range.
Byfield was isolated that time, 1-on-1 with Pasternak. Pasternak was coming off the bench. Byfield coming from the right side, made a good move on him.
Big opportunities at either end.
Pasternak and Patra, the two forwards here.
Pasternak sets up for Hampus Lindholm at the blue line. Hands it back to Pasternak, now at the top of the face-off circle. Knocked off his stick by Laferriere. Kempe will bring the Kings ahead. With speed down the left wing circle. Takes the shot over Swayman's head. Ricochets out of the corner, back into neutral ice, but right to Kopitar. 3:42 to go here in overtime. Kopitar left it at the center circle for Kempe, and nearly Marchand stole it and went the other way.
Nearly. The three forwards right now for the Kings. They had three forwards. Still.
Moore just replaced Kempe, right?
I guess if you've got Kopitar out there, it's kind of like...
Moore and Kopitar back deep in their own zone here for Los Angeles. And now just on is Gavrikov. Yeah. He's got the puck. Gavrikov slowly to the red line, now across the blue, taking his time as he works his way down the right wing circle. Got around Coyle, got in front, and Swayman made the save and then covers the loose puck.
Decent move there by a defensive defenseman. Some chances at both sides. And McAvoy eventually getting this puck to Zaka for the opportunity, but then Byfield, he knows he's got Pasternak coming across, and Pasternak, he's not even really turned, right? He's still coming across the ice. It makes a good kind of shake and bake, change of speed move on him, and then takes it strong from the right side.
Face off to the left of Jeremy Swayman, down to our right. Zaka against Danault on the draw. Moore reaching in with a stick. McAvoy got some of it, and Zaka skates away with it. Elias Lindholm on the right side, into the middle for Zaka. Drops it back off for Elias. Over to Zaka, right circle, a shot right into the chest of Kemper. Drops it back into play as Clark brings out from behind the LA net. Errant pass out of the zone by Trevor Moore. McAvoy has it. Elias Lindholm handing to McAvoy. Keeps it away from Moore. Now they get Patra into the attack zone. Try to leave it for the blue line. Pastrnak was jumping over the boards to replace Lindholm. Lindholm had to stop to play the puck. Here's Patra now moving in to the high slot. Goes left side for Pastrnak, the one-timer, and Kemper got a piece of that, forced it wide.
Yeah. That's Patra on display right there for you. Nice movement.
All right, to Pastrnak. Pastrnak out near the blue line. Gives to Lohrei, top of the left circle. Lohrei skates it to the far circle. Now to Pastrnak coming down the slot. And as he tried to stick handle around traffic, lost it. Here's Patra back just inside the LA line. Pastrnak leaves it off for Lohrei. Lohrei back to Pastrnak. Score! David Pastrnak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1.
Nice pass there from Lohrei to finish this thing off. Pastrnak on the right side. I wouldn't say that Pastrnak has had a great first 60 minutes, but he finishes it off in true Pastrnak fashion. That's a beautiful finish. They don't get there without Jeremy Swayman's goaltending, but Lohrei aggressive in the neutral zone, chipping it back up the ice. The Kings getting a line change. Pastrnak drop it off for Lohrei. Lohrei moving to his left is able to get this puck back over to Pastrnak, and he finishes it off.
Pastrnak with goals in all 3 games so far this year. And the Bruins with a 2-1 win to improve their record to 2-1 on the season. We'll return to TD Garden to recap it. Coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means when the community thrives, we thrive. Let's make your goals a reality. Own your mission. Own your credit union. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Americans, there's still time to ensure your voice is heard in this election from wherever you are. If you have a ballot, send it back now. If you won't receive your regular ballot in time to send it back before the election, get a backup ballot or the FWAB and send it in to vote. The Federal Write-in Absentee Ballot, FWAB, can be used as a backup ballot by service members, eligible military dependents, and U.S. citizens overseas who requested an absentee ballot but didn't receive it on time to return it by the state deadline. Get started on the FWAB at fvap.gov/FWAB.
David Pastrnak plays here.
High slot now, McAvoy far side. Pastrnak shoots, looking for the tip. It comes back to him. Fires. He scores! He's got another! Marchand, high slot, looks back door, swings it across, popping out Pastrnak, shoots, he scores! Marchand's got it, right circle, Bergeron to Pastrnak, shoots, he scores!
This is the home of the Bees. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Bosch tools are built for workers. Bosch's powerful hammer drill has kickback control to help work go more smoothly when you need it. The 2-in-1 impact driver and wrench quickly changes between bits and sockets, so you only need one tool instead of 2. And the X-Lock grinder switches wheels up to 5 times faster than standard grinders. Bosch tools take care of the job and you. Bosch tools, what hard workers deserve. Learn more at BoschTools.com.
TD cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden. From pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your local Nissan dealers. You deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store at NissanUSA.com. And Dairy Queen. DQ fans, kick off your favorite game with a sauced and tossed chicken strip basket. Only at participating DQ locations. Happy tastes good. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
The Nissan Rogue with available Google built-in helps you make the most of your drive. Take care of the small stuff, like,
Hey Google, cool down my car.
and
Hey Google, turn on the dog feeder.
or change up your adventure. Hey Google, navigate me to the nearest music venue. Handle your drive like a pro.